I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, a DCOM podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Luke Westaway.
And I'm the other host, Andy Farrant. And I inherited this podcast from my old dowager aunt.
What?
And I was just going to sell it off to iHeartRadio. They were going to put a luxury topical news comedy podcast up here in its place. But then I got to know the simple backwoods folk who run this podcast.
Talking about me.
Like Luke here. I just put my arm around his shoulder, chummily.
Hi.
And and they taught me the importance of like simple things like sort of drinking water out of a creek and sort of not wearing shoes and socks and things like that. It was very it's very, very important to me.
Right. This iHeartRadio deal.
Yeah.
Could you clue me in as to did they give a number? Were they offering?
Oh yeah, it was enormous. It was huge.
Right.
Life-changing money.
Right.
But I'm not about that. I'm not materialistic. And if I can help the sort of simple, toothless yokels like yourself, Luke.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important for me to stay here and sort of live as your king, I guess, is how I would describe the situation going forward from now on.
Govern me.
Yes, exactly. That's correct. Yes.
Well
done.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Governor, welcome, Governor Andy.
Thanks.
He's
Yeah.
here to preside.
I'll just be sort of living here and just sort of reminding you daily that only by my pleasure does your existence continue.
Yeah, I could be living high off the hog thanks to iHeartRadio. They could have found two friendly British comedians to do this topical news podcast.
That would have been
left?
selling out, though. That would have been selling out.
It would have been, and that's
it's
not
better.
you.
It's better this way, isn't it?
That's not what you're about. It is better. Yeah. What you've just heard is, unfortunately, not just a comedy bit to intro the podcast, but it is the entire plot of the DCOM that we're doing today, Rip Girls. And unfortunately, by having done this little skit, now there's no plot to talk about.
Hey, there's several surfing montages to describe.
Okay, so this is a movie about a girl who, despite being 5 or whatever, inherits a gigantic plot, becomes the legal owner of a gigantic plot of land in Hawaii.
Yes.
And she must decide whether or not she wants to do something very evil or something very good. And she decides to do something very good. And then the credits roll.
Yes. The problem is the evil option seems to be a sort of extremely sympathetic development that would that would really revitalise the island. So.
Yeah, and the evil option is just sort of, the teens who surf here would have to move 20 yards down the beach and surf there. Yeah.
She's just going to live in a crumbling farmhouse and
ruin her parents'
cow,
lives.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about Rip Girls, or if you prefer, R.I.P. Girls.
R.I.P. Girls. I think that's the preferred pronunciation.
It's another Hawaii-based DCOM.
Yep.
I don't know why the Disney Channel had such a hard-on for Hawaii in this era.
I think it's pretty obvious. You say, Mr. Eisner, I think we should set our new DCOM in Hawaii. I'll need the corporate credit card. I'll be over there for 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
The golf links out there are spectacular.
Yeah, unfortunately, Eisner then turns around and says, tax breaks in New Zealand. You're going to New Zealand. Yeah,
so they end up filming it all in Queensland, which is where this movie was filmed.
Is it really? I was just kidding.
It is, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Oh, Eisner.
It's Queensland for Hawaii again.
It's cheaper to film it in freezing Vancouver, so we'd rather send you there.
We're just gonna paint some sunshine onto all the buildings and everyone will wear leis.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be very obviously Canadian. Yeah.
They'll be very obviously freezing to death.
Everyone is French-Canadian. We shot the whole film in Quebec.
Shivering and turning blue, wearing Hawaiian T-shirts.
The traditional Hawaiian dish of poutine. Please enjoy.
And now wade into the water and start surfing.
Oh, we've lost another lead actress. She sinks below the waves.
And coolly regard the freezing Atlantic.
Another actor slips under the surface.
I said wade in. Cover yourself in goose fat and go out there and rip it old school.
Yes, you may wonder why in the Hawaiian tropics they need to be slathered in goose fat to go in the ocean.
You may wonder why every character in this film is slathered in goose fat.
Well, there's your answer.
Do you have any notes about this one before we begin? Other than that it's unbelievably boring.
Basically nothing happens. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have fun recapping it. I'd really like to hear the Disney Corporation try and gin up their audience of children to watch this.
Yep.
This CD-ROM screensaver.
Let's hear it.
Sydney inherited a piece of paradise.
The will is very clear. Sydney is the last remaining heir.
Now Sydney has to decide what to do with it. Tomorrow night,
You think we could find a buyer?
she came,
What happens to the beach?
she served, she conquered. Don't miss Disney Channel's original movie, Rip Girls.
Do you think we could stay here?
Rip Girls, tomorrow at 7:30, 6:30 Central.
Search up!
The only thing I wanted to note before we kick off is that the dad in this movie is played by an actor called Dwyer Brown, who is the dad in Field of Dreams, and more amusingly to me, Mr. Jacoby, one of the murdered family members in Red Dragon. We mention Red Dragon all the time. It's really disconcerting to be watching a sort of family Disney drama where Mr. Jacoby, one of the Tooth Fairy's victims, is sort of swanning around.
I spent the whole movie trying to place where I knew him from.
Yeah.
And then I realised that I was just thinking of Eric Bana. Because he has the exact face of Eric Bana, but it's not him.
Also, the main character, Sydney, is played by Camilla Bell, who is the little girl who gets attacked by Compsognathus in the beginning of The Lost World. That is like...
So everyone in this movie is just like a horrifying murder victim.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, I think he says she's okay. He's talking to Ian Malcolm later, and he's like, "Oh, little girl got like all eaten up by Compsognathus," and Dr. Ian Malcolm is like, "Whoa, it sounds effed up," and he's like, "Oh no, she's fine, just a scare or something."
Yeah, and then he gives a big wink to the camera.
Yeah, big wink to the camera, and
all the children are like, "Oh, she's fine, is she?" And then he's like, "Yeah, oh, she's fine, all right."
Oh, yeah, she tasted fine to those Compsognathus.
Finely diced.
So I enjoyed seeing her in a tropical setting.
Yeah.
Because I could imagine that Compsognathus were about to burst out of every bush.
I was briefly confused when I saw that the character of Kona was played by Bran Stark, and I was like, what, the Three-Eyed Raven?
Yeah. Yeah. You might wonder why one of the characters is embedded in an oak tree.
One of the characters is a psychic oak tree. Everyone else is like surfing and hanging 10, and there's just a wise old tree intoning wisdom.
Michael Eisner realised it was cheaper to film trees and have them be voiced over
Trees don't have a union.
Yeah, trees can't unionise. Oh no, they have.
Trees can't turn 18 and
demand more money.
Demand more money.
You can do more than 65 episodes with tree actors. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the recap of this film. So the film opens with music that sounds like it should be soundtracking a Windows 95 instructional CD-ROM.
Yeah, this whole movie should be soundtracking a instructional CD-ROM.
Yeah. A girl called Sydney is flying in on an aeroplane into Hawaii. We see her looking out the window. The plane is alarmingly close to some mountains.
Yeah, so it's flying very, very low.
Yeah.
She says in voiceover, "So this is it, I'm coming home. Sort of. We left when I was really young, and Dad never wanted to come back, probably because of Mom."
Yeah.
And then she says, "Elizabeth is the only Mom I've known up close."
She gets up out of her seat. I've written, "Sydney, the plane is landing.
Yeah.
Please sit down." She walks over to this Elizabeth and sort of smiles at her. And then she starts like taking pictures of Hawaii out of the window. So we get a camera point of view. They're about 3 feet away from a mountain. This plane is crashing.
Yeah.
This plane is definitely crashing.
The photos are from a worryingly low angle. It's like you'll see a bit of Hawaii and then it's like, and you'll see the still sort of briefly on. It's a photo that you could only take
on a crashing plane.
Yeah, moments before impacting into a mountain.
Sit back down, Sydney, says Dad. Buckle up, he says through teeth gritted in terror as the plane's wing clips a rock face. I know he does it because he cares, worrying like that, but still, says Sydney. The plane is landing, Sydney. It's the law.
Sit down.
You have to have your seatbelt on.
This is quite efficient storytelling, though, because it tells us that the dad is a real worrywart, and it tells us that Elizabeth, the stepmom, loves to work because she's using her laptop on the plane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just telling her to sit down because the plane is literally landing and the seatbelt sign is on.
Yeah.
I was on a flight once where the plane took off.
Yeah.
Same. And, seatbelt sign, it was pretty good, actually, yeah. Plane took off. But literally 10 seconds after the wheels left the runway, an elderly man across the aisle from me was like, now's the time for a stroll. Got up out of his seat, and he was trying to walk up the aisle. But
while it was still like an
we were at a
incline.
45-degree angle. And they were like, sir, please, sir, sit down, sir, the seatbelt sign.
No.
He was like, what? I don't know. What? I just thought I'd go for my afternoon constitution. That's basically what Sydney is doing in this scene. As the plane is coming to land, she's sort of wandering around, taking in the view, snapping a few shots.
Taking photos.
Yeah.
So Sydney notes in voiceover, that Dad is boring. They've landed now and they're driving through Hawaii. We get more scenes of the landscape that freeze frame quite blurrily to imply photos being taken, because they haven't actually taken any photos. They're just freezing the footage.
But they're adding a camera shutter sound to it, so you know.
Yeah, but it looks awful because it's halfway through a sort of frame interpolation thing. It's like, it's really...
So it just conveys the idea that Sydney is the world's worst photographer.
Yeah, and nothing in the movie is going to happen to dissuade you of that fact. We see Sydney smiling out of a car window as the family SUV pulls up to a house.
Yeah, a ranch house. The guitar in the background is going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
I'm sure you looked up who the composer of this film was.
As soon as the car started, my senses were tingling, my hackles were up. I felt
the fight or flight response was triggered.
Shooting sensation down my spine. And then sure enough, on screen, there it is, music by Philip Marshall.
Yep, that's right. It's the Jumping Ship composer again with his COD reggae breakdowns.
He normally goes as Phil. It's like Phil on IMDb, I suppose.
But like Joseph Lawrence.
Trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah. But the guitar is going absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
it's like Carlos Santana trying to impress Eric Clapton on a date.
Yeah, so it's kind of Van Halen eruption is going on while the family SUV pulls up to this house.
Yeah, it's like a Dragon Force 10-minute solo. It's like for this serene Hawaiian ranch house. Yeah. But then there's a sinister chord then, though, like a minor chord plays, because someone is watching them arrive through binoculars.
Yeah.
From, again, about 3 feet away. They probably don't... We get their POV shot without the binoculars. So they're about 3 feet away from them in a bush.
They are. It's pretty obvious. But a mysterious pair of binoculars, someone is observing the family from within a bush. And I've just remembered as I read this that I don't think we ever find out who is watching the family through binoculars.
I think I had to think hard about this after the film ended, and I think I do know who it is.
Okay.
But the film never tells you, and you have to sort of figure it out yourself.
Let's remember at the end to theorise about who is repeatedly shown watching the family from a bush through binoculars.
In like a trench coat.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, it's really not clear.
No.
I've forgotten. Okay. So the family remark that this house is magical. Sydney goes to look around the property.
So this is what, they look at the house and Sydney says it looks nice. Sydney hasn't got her camera out, but the screen does the camera shutter thing again. Like her eyes are cameras now.
It's actually a good way of extending the runtime because you can.
That's true.
You freeze frame. You don't have to shoot any more footage.
But you've got 2 seconds holding on the freeze frame, and that's 2 seconds of footage.
Exactly. And when you add it all up, if Sydney is a prolific photographer, probably adds
you can sell advertising against that.
Could be 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
30 minutes of still
30 minutes of this film is just still.
So we cut to Sydney looking around the grounds of this ranch house. She has the camera out now, so it makes sense when she starts taking photos. She hears some kids chattering. She walks up to the beach, and it's some locals frolicking in the waves. They're surfing. We get some great surf terminology here. Nice pocket. You're on it. Ride it. That kind of stuff.
Yep. The music abruptly switches here to upbeat reggae. You already know what it sounds like if you're a long-term listener, but...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can you ever get too much of this?
He can't keep getting away with it.
The problem is that I'm starting to come round on it.
Oh, you are now the world's foremost fan and authority on Phil Marshall.
On Phil Marshall, yeah. I mean, I just think it's really quite something to have such a sonic signature that you start to recognise it. So we hear more voiceover from Sydney. She says, "I used to watch the other kids doing stuff I didn't dare try. I didn't used to worry about it. I didn't feel deprived. I had art classes, computers. But I think about it. What would it be like?" This is all quite disconcertingly vague, but she's watching children surf, so I think we're supposed to believe that she's talking about doing a sport.
Doing activities. We get kind of some of her photos of these surfing children. They're all impossible shots. They're taken from in the ocean and like close up from underneath the surfers and things like that.
What's annoying about it is that they are all close up shots of the surfers in the water. Now, that I would normally say, fine, whatever. We've already had a lot of impossible photos. I get it, she's a photographer. But it's going to become a plot point that she's never taken photos of surfers from within the sea. It's one of this movie's, I would say, 2 plot points. Maybe 3, now that I've remembered that there's a mysterious murderer in the bushes with binoculars.
Lurking there, the great red dragon.
Exactly.
Clothes
in the sun.
Ready to kill.
Ready to get Mr. Jacoby in another film.
Yeah, ready to bite him with his big false teeth.
Yeah, he's sort of scratching runes into a tree.
That's just a sort of separate movie happening in the background.
Maybe to save money, they just sort of piggybacked on the filming of Red Dragon when they were doing this. And they're like, "Oh, you're filming Red Dragon. Can we film our decom nearby? Yeah. We'll only use one of your actors."
Unfortunately, like at points, the Red Dragon will unavoidably be in the background of your film.
Shot. What year was Red Dragon? It was around this time. Red Dragon was 2002. This is 2000, right?
Okay.
So bearing in mind that Rip Girls was barely edited and Red Dragon...
I think the post-production would have taken longer on Red Dragon.
Exactly.
For sure,
So I think it's feasible that these were made at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's almost certainly what happened.
Yeah.
Sydney goes back to the ranch house. She walks across the deck and into the front door. She steps gingerly inside the house. Mystical music is playing.
She enters it like it's the Resident Evil mansion. Like she's expecting a zombie dog to burst through a window or something.
Well, a cat does jump scare her as she moves into the next room, which is like, I mean... Make up your mind, movie. Is this a spooky house or a magical, lovely house? I can't tell.
Yeah, it can't make up its mind. Well, don't worry, because it's about to. This is like we have to point out whenever the film does something like a bit scary.
Because we've got person lurking in bush, jump scare cat.
This movie sounds really sinister, but it isn't. But honestly, I've got in my notes. By this point, you can tell that this movie is going to be extremely boring and earnest.
Yes.
Did you? This is narrowcasting. Did you ever play the game Endless Ocean on the Nintendo Wii? It was a scuba diving simulator, and it was just the most chill and inoffensive vibe.
Okay,
and like that's what this movie really makes me think of.
I mean, maybe we can get into it later, but it's just the problem is like the protagonist of this film, Sydney.
Yeah,
as you'll come to learn, is just. There's nothing there. She's just like floats around this movie like a boring ghost.
Yeah,
like doing
like a bit of
nothing,
flotsam, just sort of drifting,
just sort of like barely interacting with things. It's just it's challenging. I would say.
So anyway, a jump scare cat jump scares Sydney. Dad runs in a panicked way, shouting, "Are you all right?" He says, "Be careful. You don't know what we might find here." Hinting at an exciting ghost film that isn't going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, again, you could change the soundtrack to this, and this would be the setup for a haunted house movie for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, a Hawaiian man comes in. He's sorry he's late. He had to stop by the beach. The waves were coming in so pretty.
Did you IMDb the actor who plays Bo?
I did not. No.
It's Mr. Wu from Deadwood.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
The one who feeds people to his pigs.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
Brilliant. He's called Bo Kauiho. And he's, I think, a probate lawyer. He's,
I don't know. He's ambiguously legal.
He's administering the estate of this dead relative.
Yeah, he says. Yeah, so he says he apologizes, but for being late. But he had to stop by the beach because the waves were coming in so pretty.
He places a lei around Sydney's neck. He says, "Eko mai, welcome." I was expecting, says Dad, a 3-piece suit. Says Bo, "I'm afraid we do things a lot more casual out here."
This is I thought this was bizarre because he walks in and Dad's like, oh, what? I was he's wearing a patterned shirt. He's not got his dick out. It's not like it's not like.
I mean, to be fair, he is shot from the waist up.
Yeah. I'm afraid we do things a lot more casual out here.
So you know how this film would originally have been shot in 4:3 and then now on Disney Plus they've put it into 16:9.
Unfortunately, you can't see. So Bo is naked from the waist down.
In the original broadcast format, he was nude from the waist down.
So I assume this will
be.
I assume this will be fine. This will be cut off by the cameras. Yes, no, it's fine. If it helps you act.
Yeah, I just feel like it's right for the character that he would have his...
Yeah. But yeah, Dad's like sort of stammering and stuttering, like he can't get the sentence out. He's like, what? Why? You're so casual. You're so casual.
I sort of get it as well. Like, he's a lawyer administering this estate. He was supposed to be there to greet them, and he turned up 45 minutes late because he was surfing.
Well, he doesn't say he was surfing. He just said he had to stop by the beach to look at them because the waves were coming in so pretty. I don't think he was surfing.
He was just looking at waves.
He just had to look at waves. I think it's very important to Bo that he establishes himself as unfortunately for Bo, he's landed the responsibility of like establishing this like
the tone of Hawaii.
The tone of Hawaii. So he has to walk in and establish the tone of Hawaii. And when I say the tone of Hawaii, I of course mean the like mainland United States.
Slightly patronising view of Hawaii, where it's like everyone is Johnny Tsunami and they're throwing up the shaka bras and like lying in hammocks all day.
Oh, it's a more peaceful way of life, isn't it? Connected to nature. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, where is this? I can only assume that this is because like a lot of Hollywood executives went on holiday to Hawaii and were like, man, this place is freaking sweet.
It must be like this all the time.
Yeah. And then they didn't like going back to work. So they were like, oh, man, you know what? My next movie's going to be about just getting out of this rat race.
Yeah, about how everyone in Hawaii just lies around in hammocks all day, never working, eating rice out of a pineapple.
Exactly. Yeah, they're just sort of lounging on the beach with shaved ice. There's, yeah. You know,
I think Bo did go in the ocean and the waves swept his trousers off. That's why he's...
Sure, Bo, whatever you say.
So we cut to the reading of a will.
Yeah.
The will is very clear, says Bo. As Ms. Leilani's sister's granddaughter, Sydney is the last remaining heir. The end of the line. So it all goes to her, providing she comes in person to collect, which she has, and stays 2 weeks. Dad spins with a face like thunder. 2 weeks in Hawaii.
How could I do this? Do you think it's weird that Bo describes Sydney as the end of the line when she's like 5 or whatever? No, she's 13. She's 13, but it's like you are the end of the family line. It's like, well, give her a chance. She's only 13.
Well, I mean, his eyes glance out the window. He sees the great red dragon in the bushes. He's like, this is the end of the line.
We
There's
need
nothing that can
to
be
get
done.
this will signed.
Yeah.
So this staying 2 week thing is a big shock to Elizabeth and the dad. Bo explains that this property has been farmed since time out of mind.
Yeah,
Sugarcane,
5 generations.
Sugarcane, cattle. It would be nice if it was like that again, he says pointedly, but Dad is like, that, this is beachfront property.
There is still value in the old ways, intones Bo.
Yeah. While this is happening, Sydney wanders off, correctly having identified it as a boring conversation.
And she's 5, yeah.
Yeah, and a cupboard door swings open mysteriously, again hinting that this film will have a supernatural element that it doesn't.
It will not.
That it will not. Inside is a book full of photos.
Sydney brings the album over. She says, hey, you got to see these. Bo is delighted at this reverence for Hawaiian history.
Yep.
Dad sees a picture of a young Sydney's mom with a surfboard and looks like someone just walked over his grave.
Yeah.
I never saw a picture of her like that, says Sydney. Did she surf? Yeah, obviously Sydney, you dick. She's got a surfboard. What do you think she's doing with it?
While this is happening, Elizabeth, the stepmom, looks sad, like all stepmoms are obliged to do in children's movies of this era, because they're talking about the dead mom. She was so beautiful, remarks Sydney, and Elizabeth looks sad.
Yeah, like someone just walked over her grave.
Also, when the dad is looking through the photo album at first, he says they all seem so far away, like he doesn't understand perspective. These people, these tiny people.
How did they get on the paper?
These little flat people.
We need to get them out of there.
Why are they staying so still?
How can they breathe?
I'll give them CPR.
There's a short scene at night where Sydney is putting her clothes away. She looks in the mirror in her room and she tucks the picture of her mum into the corner of the mirror.
We cut to the next day. The whole estate is buzzing. There are gardeners getting to work, tackling the overgrown chaos of the yard. And Sydney decides that she's going to wander off and do a bit more exploring. That cat from before is on the porch and is yowling. Sydney follows it. She says, "Here, kitty, kitty," and it seems to lead her towards an old shed.
An old murder barn.
Yeah, an old shed which is full of, like, old bikes and rusted crap.
And cow skulls.
I just want to say as well, like, I'm pretty sure this is the last one, but it definitely implies that this cat is, like, leading her.
Supernatural in some way, yeah.
There are, like, 3 supernatural things, and then the film just...
And then the film's like, actually, you know what?
Land trust.
The film was like, actually, you know what? I think we won't go with the supernatural stuff, but I won't go back and delete all the stuff we did seeding it because the backspace key fell off. So
I just had a big burrito for lunch and I'm sleepy. So the cat, Sydney's in the shed. The cat knocks aside a window board, which casts a god ray of sunlight onto a surfboard.
I just think the music is really spooky in this bit. It's like the piano from Resident Evil.
Yes.
When you're exploring like the first floor of the mansion.
Yeah, and then when the light hits the surfboard, the music goes like, ah, to imply that Mum's ghost was moving the cat.
Yeah, in my notes I've got the surfboard is suffused with a holy light.
Yes, that's exactly what it's like. But it's weird to read these notes, having watched the rest of the movie where nothing else
supernatural happens.
Like this happens at all.
Maybe like a screenwriter got fired like 2 weeks into production and then someone else picked it up and was like, no.
Yeah.
Not doing that. Not doing that.
Maybe someone was trying to, maybe a decom writer was trying to like close on a property deal and was like, hey, how about this? I'll pay $2,000 over the asking price, but estate agent, you have to finish this script for me.
Yeah.
And the estate agent is like, well, all I know is about like land deals and tenancy and estates. It's like,
and they're like, fine.
Well, it's a horror film it's a sort of kids spooky funhouse movie about Hawaii. But do what you
and
like.
There's like a ghost cat and stuff. Yeah. And the guy's like, I will not be including any of that.
Just try and resolve and explain what made the cupboard door open, and just make it clear that the mum's ghost is in the cat.
Not going to do that.
Okay, well, it's still fine.
Okay. I'm just going to copy and paste 11 paragraphs from this textbook about probate law.
This is good stuff.
Air it.
All right, we'll put some like weird reggae under it. It'll be fine.
Phil Marshall's already submitted 19 hours of reggae. So
we didn't ask him.
We can't stop him. We bricked up the post box, but he got it in the chimney. He dropped a CD down the chimney. So this surfboard, in my notes, it says Manaloa, it says on it, or possibly Nanaloa. It's not a good font.
It's not a good font. Also, the surfboard doesn't look old to me.
No.
I don't know how surfboard design has changed. Maybe it's exactly right for like an 80s surfboard or whatever, but it doesn't look old. Anyway, an owl goes, whoo, and she's...
Spooky owl.
Yeah, she's scared by the owl, and she flees out of the shed with the surfboard.
It's quite hard to flee with a surfboard because it's about 3 times longer than she is.
Yeah, and they're heavy.
And it's made of wood, right? It's an old wooden
it would be if it's an old one. Yeah, for sure. So outside, she nearly runs full pelt into a girl on a bike. This is Gia, another important character in the film. Gia falls off the bike and is cross, but then notices the surfboard and is happy.
Yeah, she says, "Whoa, sick board." It's pretty cool, I guess, says Sid. It's insane, insists the girl of this blue surfboard.
A blue surfboard.
Whoa, blue? Are you insane?
You'd be camouflaged with the sea.
Don't let anyone see you with the surfboard. They'll kill you.
If you were surfing on it, it would look like you were hovering.
That's insane. Look, if people see you with a surfboard, you're going to make some powerful enemies. It's too insane.
It's too insane. Yeah,
it's
people are going to freak.
Insane.
Yeah. So we cut to Sydney, having made friends with Gia, showing her photos on a laptop computer.
Yeah, well, she recognises her as the long-lost relative. And Sydney's like, "Oh, how did you know?" And she says, "This is the island's sister." And the Disney Plus subtitles spell this as SISTAH. which I thought was unnecessary. But fine, Disney Plus subtitles, whatever you say.
So Gia is impressed with Sydney's photos, despite them.
Despite the way they are and look.
You ever shoot in the water? She asks, and Sydney says no. She says that's where
she says, up close. And, having gone through these pictures, I don't know how much more up close she wants these pictures to be.
Yeah.
Maybe using an endoscope or something but is the only way. They're literally a foot away from these surfers.
Yeah.
They're impossible for her to have taken.
So Gia says that in the surf is where you get the full-on drama shots. And then she says, awesomely, inside the curl, the board flying right at you, putting it all on the line, riding the big ones, the deep thud pounding your eardrums, your heart beating so fast, it's the best.
Damn.
And Sydney's like, whoa, surfing sure sounds cool, but unfortunately, I am a craven.
Yeah, they smash cut to a new scene where Dad is like saying, hey, let's hike into the valley and collect some rocks. And then Elizabeth goes, there's an exhibit of quilts at the high school we could go and see. So I think they're trying to make Hawaii sound boring so that she'll sell the estate and leave.
Yeah, probably. That would make sense. It's worth noting that in this scene, Sydney, the dad, and Elizabeth appear to be playing 3-player chess.
Mm-hmm. 3-player chess.
Yeah, 3-player chess. Yeah. Once you've mastered 2-player, bring on 3. Yeah.
Sid is unresponsive to these ideas for the day.
Yeah.
She says, I was actually thinking of going to the beach. Dad kind of sighs, and then Elizabeth says, that sounds good, doesn't it, Ben? And he gives her a look of utter betrayal.
Yeah, he gives her a look like, are you f***ing mad? The beach, how could you? He's like shuddering in pain as the beach is mentioned.
See, I met this girl. Her name
I don't want you going down there, Sydney. Not to the beach.
It's Hawaii, Dad. That's where kids go. They go all the time.
Not alone.
I won't be alone. G is going with her friends. We'll all be together.
We don't even know these kids.
I'll be careful, Dad. I promise.
No, I'm sorry. Honey, it's just not a good idea.
That is so unfair. You're treating me like I'm a baby. I'm 13.
She said she'd be careful, Ben. She knows what she's capable of. Trust her.
Does she know about undertows? About riptides? Does she know how these currents can just come whipping up out of nowhere?
Okay, just take it easy.
So Sydney compromises that she's not even going to go in the water. She's just going to take photos from the sand.
Yeah.
And Dad, his knuckles white, gripping the chair, nods in agreement with extreme reluctance.
I mean, currents can whip up out of anywhere. They'll come up and grab you off the beach.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, that's true. Like in Moana, like a
big water spout pick you up.
Big water spout will come out onto the beach, pick you up, it'll snatch you out of your bed, whisk you out the window.
Yeah, pull you out of the window of a plane that's landing in Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. A big water spout will shoot up.
So we cut to some realtors, estate agents, turning up to check out the place. Dad is kind of welcoming them, but he's checking that Sid's got a cell phone. He's all worried about her. And Sid's like, I'll be fine. And then as soon as the estate agents are shown in, she runs to the barn and gets the surfboard and then runs down to the beach.
Yeah, even though riptides.
Yeah, the kids are all surfing. There's a montage of them going rips through a back door, etc.
It's one of many extended surfing montages, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to watch some surfing, and I'm certainly always happy for these films to drop a montage at you, because as we've covered before, Andy, you don't have to make any notes. You just write.
Yeah, you can just sit back and enjoy the vibes.
Yeah.
It's great.
Although, I do want to note that whenever you see a surfing montage like this, it's like Sydney's seeing all these things happen simultaneously. Mm-hmm. It's like everywhere she looks, she sees a teen sort of in a tube or going right to a back door.
Uh-huh.
But surfing is actually quite boring to watch because, like, you can see this cool stuff, but you have to wait ages because all the surfers have to wait ages for the right wave.
You get like 30 seconds of cool surfing every 20 minutes.
Yeah, and several of those surfers will be on that same wave.
Yeah.
So, it's not like you're not sort of everywhere you look, there's a different surfer on a different wave going in a different cool direction. But this movie makes it look as some are going
I think
left.
Sid, like Dr. Manhattan, she can sort of experience all time at once. So she experiences all surfing simultaneously.
It would explain her extreme disinterest in humanity.
Yes,
in this film,
the way she's sort of like detached from the rest of the human race,
distant. Yeah.
She
appears to be observing the events of the film through thick glass.
Yeah, her body is on the beach in Hawaii, but her mind is standing on the surface of the moon, sort of just observing humanity as a whole.
I tire of your petty squabbles.
Yeah. So Sid's like, oh, I won't go into the ocean because she can't surf. She doesn't want them to know. The kids have a beach house. It's a sort of lean-to shack made out of stuff they found on the beach, covered in awful drawings.
Yeah, Gia is there now. She's sort of splashing out of the surf. Her two friends are there with her. They are Linnea and Melee.
Sydney reveals that she's from Chicago, and they're like, oh, that's where the windsurfing goes off, eh?
Yeah, where the windsurfing goes off.
Yeah, it goes off in Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's never been windsurfing, of course.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, your board is awesome. It's pretty old school. It's seriously outrageous this blue surfboard.
It's totally unbelievably mad and insane.
Unbelievably insane and outrageous.
Yeah, it's a psychotic
your blue surfboard. It's insane. It's profane and blasphemous. Obscene. They
cast themselves to the ground and claw at their eyes. It's an affront unto God, this thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, she has the blasphemous board.
She surfs the forbidden wave.
Some boys arrive. One has his arm in a cast. He's got a skateboard, but the others have surfboards. Everyone runs into the sea. They're all going rigs through a back door.
Yeah.
Except for the arm boy.
Yeah. The boy with his arm in a cast is called Kona. He's got frosted tips. And he
better believe he's got frosted tips.
They are so frosted. They are so
this
tipped.
This is Bran Stark, the three-eyed raven.
Yes. So Sydney asks him shyly what he did to his arm. He says, skateboard wreck, crashed off a half pipe. I've written, sounds like a lie.
Gia says he tried a 4.5, which is, of course, nuts.
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah, go on. Do you know what? I thought about trying to dig into this, but I was like, Andy won't let this simply sail.
What does he? Okay, so I googled 4.5 just in case that's the name of a skateboarding trick. It isn't. So
isn't it only 4.5 spins? I would assume they mean, or
I mean 4.5 rotations.
Yeah, what would that be?
That's a 1620. You see the half pipe. You see the half pipe later. It's a little children's half. It's not the X Games.
What year did Tony land the 900? So a year before this movie came out, Tony Hawk, the most successful vertical pro skateboarder in the world, landed the 900 at the X Games after 10 failed attempts.
Okay, so this small boy in Hawaii on a children's skate ramp,
he's going
landed a 1620 the year after.
No, he didn't land it.
Oh.
To be fair, this all makes perfect sense because he's trying to do it and he's shattered his arm. And he says to Gia, you're just jealous because I'm going to nail it before you. But of course, I don't think either of them are likely to achieve this.
No, but you can't be on a half pipe and fall off your board and say, I fell off my board trying to do a 1620.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
You have to at least, it needs to be something that you could have done if you'd landed it. I can't be on a skateboard on the flat ground and step off it and go, oh, I nearly did a 1620.
Oh, let's go for the 1620. I'll get there. And I'll tell you what, I bet I get there before you.
I bet I get there before you, Gia.
It's like, well, we'll never find out.
Yeah. So Gia goes into the sea. Sydney takes a picture of
Kona.
This Kona boy. He's shouting, "It's bowling out there!"
Go charge it, brah.
Yeah, I think you might be confused. It's not bowling. It's surfing,
bowling,
right?
It's surfing. Yeah. Sydney's about 3 feet away from him. Her camera doesn't appear to have zoom, so she's just sort of getting real close up to his cheek and taking photos.
Her camera must have zoom because she was getting photos of people in the sea a foot away from them.
That's true. She was also taking some quite close-up mountain photos out of the window. It must have an incredible zoom.
Unless her camera is like the Dr. Manhattan of cameras and it perceives all of the world simultaneously.
Or the camera's not really there. It's just a sort of easy illusion that she conjures for mortals. And
Yeah.
That could explain
it. Yeah. So he introduces himself. I'm Kona, Sydney. They shake hands. He says, come on. And they walk up to the shoreline. He's explaining the surfing to them. He's like, watch Melee, leg drop, fat snap, deep bottom turn. She's going off. It's hot. Totally fearless.
Surely going off. I know what he means. That's going off. But in a surfing context, if you say, wow, she's going off, surely that can only be interpreted as she's going off of her surfboard.
She's going off the board into the ocean.
It's going off the board into a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney takes 100 more pictures at impossible angles.
Yeah, she takes loads of photos. Everyone surfs around here, says Kona, unless they're a major dork.
You're a longboarder, eh?
Sort of.
I ride shortboard, but I like those too.
Exactly.
Think about the longboards. Riding them, it's like cruising on the waves. Slow and fluid, keeps you connected. But a shortboard, it's like daring you to meet the edge. Slice through the other side. You make your own rules. What?
You're a poet. I didn't expect it. I don't know. It's nice.
Pretty bodacious poetry, Andy, wouldn't you agree?
Yep, cruising the waves, slow and fluid. Meet the edge, slice through to the other side. Grip it and rip it.
These all sound like placeholder lyrics on like a Prodigy album or something. Like, it's just so unbelievably generic. But fine.
He clocks immediately after this conversation that she's never been out in the ocean. She says, there's not a lot of surf in Lake Michigan, plus my parents would say it's too dangerous. Wow, that's so crazy, says Kona, looking down at his shattered limb.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but he'll get that 1600 soon. You wait and see. So we've met all the teens. We cut to the three girls are showing Sydney how to surf on dry land. Mm-hmm. She's a bit scared, but Gia points out that being scared is half the fun.
Yeah.
Sydney is worried that everyone will think that she's a major dork. But Gia says, you don't surf for your friends. You do it for yourself, for the way it makes you feel inside. It's like floating on clouds.
Suddenly the great red dragon observes them from a bush.
Yeah, you might think Andy's joking there, but he isn't. Because while we watch Sydney experimenting with surfing in the shallows, sort of wiping out and loving it, having a great time, the footage is through binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't sinister before, seeing a stranger watching the family through binoculars move into the house, now he's like watching Sydney and her friends like surfing in the shallows.
Uh-huh.
And it's just this, it's like binocular vision, like
and like enjoying it as well. They're sort of nodding approvingly.
Yeah.
The figure.
Who is this? Like,
I want to hear your guess when we get to the end of the movie.
We'll come to it.
Yeah.
So after the sesh, Gia is surprised to find that Sydney isn't staying in Hawaii, even though the beach house is her legal property. Sydney says, well, how can we? My dad is an English professor. My mom designs fabrics for this big company, and they don't want to move.
But what about what you want, says Gia. The scene ends. Back at the house, Elizabeth is picking up Sydney's clothes from her bedroom floor, and she notices that her shorts are wet. There's only one conclusion she can draw. that Sydney has been illicitly surfing.
Yeah. So Sydney asks Elizabeth why Dad is being weird, having correctly identified that Dad keeps shuddering in agonised fear.
Keeps having breakdowns at the dinner table.
Elizabeth has a look on her face that says she knows exactly why the dad is being weird. And if you're watching this film, you've probably guessed it too. But Elizabeth doesn't want to tell Sydney what's going on here. She's vague. She says sometimes adults get so lost in their own problems. Mm-hmm. She says that Dad's issues, it's just boring adult stuff.
Sydney says, sometimes I wish I wasn't so careful. I could just try things like everyone else and not think so much. I mean, which she just did today. She just went surfing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and this film is kind of running up against an issue in that it's treating surfing like base jumping or something. Like, don't get me wrong. Of course, surfing can be dangerous. Like any extreme sport, but it can also it can be and is enjoyed safely by millions.
Yeah, and also there's a sort of system in place to stop people surfing when there are dangerous rips. And dangerous tides. They they have a flag system, and people don't surf when there's a likelihood of it happening.
Yeah, and there are like coast guards and lifeguards and stuff, and like also they're not like very far out. She's sort of splashing around in the shower anyway. But they all talk about surfing like live on the edge. Like
it's like
seconds
it's 50-50
from death
when you get on that board if you're coming back.
Yeah, it's the only way I can feel alive. Yeah.
Yeah, so that scene sort of ends at the realtors. They're talking about offers for the estate. Bo, the lawyer, keeps wistfully ruminating about Mackay being home. They're all like, shut up.
It's worth noting that the realtors are evil. Like, you can just tell that they're evil.
Yes. They're evil realtors. They talk of an offer from the Horden folks. Come and look, says the female realtor. You'll absolutely gush. Which is a little gross, but fine. It is a good offer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how good are we talking?
Yeah. So they go over to the scale model of a resort development.
Why is this scale model of a resort development in the realtor's office? Like, did Horden Incorporated just like drop it round or something?
Horden dropped it round to say, show this to the 5-year-old girl who owns it.
Yeah. So they look at this vast scale model of a hypothetical resort. Sydney regards it and says, "Where's the house and the barn?"
Yeah.
The realtors point out that when they build the resort on the land, they're not going to keep the house and the barn.
Yeah. Why not? They're historical, says Sydney. Yes, 1912, intones Bo, emerging from a side hatch.
Yeah.
to care about Hawaiian history.
Yeah, hearing that people aren't taking Hawaiian heritage seriously.
He crawls out from under the coffee table. Liz agrees that it is a charming old house.
Yep.
We can preserve some of the buildings, I'm sure, say the reasonable realtors. In fact, the main house would make a darling little restaurant.
Yeah.
Bo winces, his soul deeply wounded by the idea of people eating in a house. It's not like they want to turn it into a sex dungeon, Bo.
Bo would like that.
Turn it into a tasteful restaurant.
Bo's like, this way there won't be any sex dungeon. So what happens to the beach? Asks Sydney. Pure and pristine, the realtors assure her. The guests would insist. Oh, says Sydney, so it would only be open to the guests?
Yeah, and the realtors say, oh no, if you want it open to other people, I'm sure it's negotiable.
Yeah, everything's negotiable, they say.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, you motherfucker.
I wish I could run you over with my car.
These realtors are so reasonable.
Bo is like shaking his head.
Bo is vibrating with anger.
Also, like, credit to Sydney for being in any way interested in this. But if this was me when I was 13, I'd have been like, Dad, I don't want to look at a scale model of anything. Can I go wait in the car and play Game Boy Advance?
I'm going to play Game Boy Advance in the car.
Like, I really don't care.
I think, like, Bo's preferred outcome from this inheritance is 13-year-old Sydney becoming some kind of cattle farmer. He's like, the land is fertile, and the cattle could graze once more upon Mackay.
Yeah.
She's like, bro, I'm 13.
Yeah. Well, you're never too young to start farming sugarcane.
My dad is a teacher in the Chicago public school system, and I'm 13.
And I'm 13.
What are we going to start farming sugarcane?
My mum is employed by a textile company.
I'm going to be out here, like, driving oxen across a field.
I would rather you took this land that hasn't been farmed in generations. It's all overgrown.
Struggle to bring it. Yeah, of course, we'll probably end up losing the
You're probably wondering why they stopped farming it. Probably for sound economic reasons at the time.
I mean, yeah, Hardin is getting their hands on this land sooner or later, Bo.
Definitely.
Sorry, mate. I'm sorry I can't. I'm not a farmer.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so we've now been introduced to the movie's central tension. The Horden folks, the Horden, what they want to turn it into the Horden Resort at Plantation Mackay. But there's a question mark over whether teens will still be able to surf on the beach there.
Yeah, not a big question mark. They probably will.
Yeah, they've already said it will be fine. Also, have you been to a resort where they've got a private beach? It's like they're not massive, you know. Yeah. It's normally like a
little roped off section.
Yeah, it's like a stretch of beach. It's like, this is
if someone were to surf across the ocean next to that beach, I don't think it's not like they're snipers. They shoot them off their board.
Horden snipers ready to take the shot. Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, but anyway, we'll come back to it many times.
Sydney looks out at the beach through the window and she sees the surfers. Hawaiian music is playing. She's thoughtful.
Yeah, there's and then we get another, over some lilting ukulele music, we get another montage of Gia and her pals surfing. Mm-hmm. This is weird because it's not footage of Sydney learning to surf or going back to surf some more. It's like they just had spare footage of surfing teens and they're like, well, we're not quite getting it to 90 minutes with all this freeze framing. So,
well, there's a montage here of surfing, and then there's like 10 seconds of dialogue between Gia and Sydney, and then we get another montage of Sydney learning to surf, like immediately afterwards. So she's gradually getting better at surfing. She's having fun.
Yes, and she's also bonding and making friends with Gia. So when Sydney shows up at the beach, Gia's like, where have you been? And Sydney is evasive. She's like, oh, busy. She is offered some spam masubi by Gia, traditional Hawaiian snack.
And then they go out in the ocean, and Sydney starts to get better at surfing.
Yeah.
In a break in the surfing, she looks up on the hill to where the small half pipe is. Kona is up there skateboarding. He lands a 1610, but not a 1620, unfortunately. So he's nearly there.
He's nearly there.
He does four rotations.
Yeah. All the surfing kids are having a great time surfing. Kona is up on the hill, sort of having a great time in the half pipe. There's some like Disney Channel pop music in the style of Loretta Modern and the Zetabytes playing. Like every song, it's about being who you want to be. Sha-na-na-na-na, I know you can do it. I tried to find out if this was by a real band. And actually, it did ping on Shazam.
Oh, okay.
But it's by a composer called Tyler Vandenberg, and it's called I Know You Can Do It, and it's off an album called Girl Pop, described as vital and vibrant tween girl pop and rock. And it's just like stock music. It's like you're making a decom, and and I had a brilliant time listening to 15 very similarly, it's like similar vibe.
Is it on Spotify?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well,
so
I'll put that in the episode description if people want to listen to 15 girl pop songs.
If, for example, you need what is described as euphoric sunshine choruses with chunky pop rock verses, then I
do want that.
Then girl pop's got you covered. So
Sydney inquires with Gia as to if her and Kona are together. Gia dismisses this idea. They're best friends, but then she realizes that Sydney likes Kona. So she's like, wow, that's awesome. I'll tell him right now. No, says Sydney, I die. Fine, says Gia, but he'd definitely be stoked. And Sydney sort of looks at him.
Sydney probes deeper.
As he's together as he seems.
Best part? He's a great listener. You can tell him almost anything.
Really?
And you know those cartoons in the clubhouse? They're his.
He drew those?
Yeah, Kona's a star. Hey, but don't get too excited, because under all that nuggetry, he's some thick-headed gross-out boy just like the rest of them.
I cannot stress enough how bad the drawings are in the clubhouse. They are like if a 5-year-old bought these home from nursery, I would say we're moving your nursery.
Go back to nursery and do it again.
We're taking you out of that nursery.
Yeah. They're clearly educating you very poorly. I really like that Sydney asks Gia if Kona is together as he seems. And like, is he as together as he seems? Like he's got a dog and a mortgage. But he's just like...
his 401k.
He's just like up in a half pipe with a shattered arm going like, hey, woo!
Hey, woo! I'm going to do 4.5 rotations, something it's physically impossible.
Is he as emotionally mature as he seems?
She's like, tell me about his stock portfolio. Is it mature?
Yeah. Has he ever been in a long-term relationship? And why did it end?
How many kids has he got?
Yeah. So Gia commands Sydney to get surfing again. But Sydney is a bit nervous. This time, there's no teen girl pop with euphoric sunshine choruses. There's just loud water sounds. So the language of cinema is telling you that someone is about to drown.
Yeah, they paddle out into the ocean. A wave starts to come. No, Sydney, not this one, says Gia. But the wave takes Sydney, knocks her from the board. She tumbles and spins underwater. Kona sees and he runs to the ocean. Sydney is tumbling and twirling underwater still.
They've clearly had a hard time filming this.
Yes.
It's a series of largely unconnected shots of Sydney sort of rolling around underwater.
Yes, I think she's supposed to be like caught in a rip or something, but she's just sort of she's just sort of sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
But yeah, and I don't say this often, but to the Disney Channel's credit, they didn't actually put the actor in a riptide.
I think they should have for verisimilitude.
For authenticity.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of like if you said go underwater
she's in about
in a
6
swimming
feet
pool
of water, she could stand up.
Yeah,
she could do a push off the bottom of the ocean and have her head above water easily.
Yeah, and also Kona up in the half pipe, he's quite far away. He removes his safety helmet and runs down this hill and into the surf. It's hard. I found it hard to believe that he's doing this in under 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I think Sydney's dead for sure.
I think she's at least suffered significant brain damage, which would explain like her actions throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah. So Kona swims out. He dives down into the ocean and he finds her. She's underwater, conscious, sort of looking up. Totally static.
But just sort of like not moving or doing anything.
Yeah, she's about 8 inches from the surface looking at it going...
Yeah, she's like, man.
Like she doesn't know which bit is up. Like which is the part of the earth that contains air. And she's like,
soon I'll make a break for the surface. Not now though.
Yeah, any minute.
Just going to chill here for a bit.
Any minute. gosh, my arms are so tired. We cut to the beach. Kona has rescued Sydney.
What? Yeah, Kona brings her to the beach. She's like conscious, and she's like, oh, hey. And she's got like a bleeding head wound.
Yeah, she's got a cut on her head.
And then we cut to Sydney waking up in a house. So at one point after this, she lost consciousness for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, okay. So I want to dig into this. So let's get...
Right.
Here's the sequence of events. So she's got a cut on her head. She's lying down. She's being administered to by all the kids. And Gia says, go get my mum. Then we don't see Sydney pass out. But the next thing we see is Sydney wake up in a hammock in Gia's mum's house.
Yes.
She looks around and she is alarmed to see that she's surrounded by traditional masks and carvings.
Yeah.
The thing that really doesn't make sense here is that when she comes to, she's holding an ice pack to her head.
Yes.
So she must have passed out in a hammock holding an ice pack. Mm-hmm. So she must remember this room.
She doesn't know, but it's like the first scene of a Saw movie. She sort of wakes up. There are all these like significant objects around her.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to come in and be like, Sydney, you must hacksaw your own leg off.
But like...
For fun.
It would be like if a character came to in a chair in a Saw movie, but in their hand they were holding a full Starbucks. And it's like, okay. It's like, okay, so you went unconscious in this chair previously.
Yeah, I must have stopped by Starbucks on the way to the sauna. Yeah. Because I knew I wouldn't get to one for a while once I was in Jigsaw's fiendish death traps. So
coming to in a saw trap with like a half-eaten hot dog.
Coming to in a saw trap and you've got a Nintendo Switch on your lap and you're halfway through Luigi's Mansion. Yeah.
So do you remember what happened? Says Gia's mum coming over. And we meet Gia's mum. She's going to be a pretty key character.
It was in slow motion. Scary, but not scary at the same time. Like I was watching the whole thing from somewhere else, says Sydney. Like I was some other person watching myself drown. Sydney, you fell off your board in like 6 feet of water.
I've written, oh, come on, in my notes. She's like I was watching someone else drown. You weren't drowning, Sydney. You were just underwater.
Sydney, you could have stood up at any point. You were in,
you're
in 4 feet of ocean.
She's like, it was scary, but not scary at the same time. Like, I'll say, I wouldn't be, I'm not sure I would be scared.
Gia's mum looks at Sydney. She says, you're so much like her. Like who, says Sydney, who I think is suffering from a head injury at this point, so fair enough. In walks Gia. How is Kona, says Sydney. His cast is soggy, but he's a hero. He's stoked, says Gia.
However, so Gia wants to know when they're going surfing again. And Sydney's like, never, because I fell off. But the surfboard, she sees, it's broken. Mm-hmm. The end's been snapped off in this epic wipeout. Gia says maybe my mum can fix it.
Yeah, so they go to the barn of the house. Gia's mum has surfboard fixing tools. Sydney strokes the word Naniloa on the board. She's the one you remind me of, says Gia's mum.
This was hers.
That was her nickname, your mother.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Says Sydney.
When I first saw the surfboard, says Sydney, I felt something. She asked Gia's mum...
Felt something like echoes of a sort of different script.
Yeah.
In which the ghost of my mother was physically present.
Echoes of my mother in a ghost cat. Opening cupboards and stuff. Were you friends? Sydney asked Gia's mum. Like sisters, comes the reply. Your dad never mentioned anything? Says Gia's mum, confused. Oh, he doesn't talk much, says Sydney. Not about her. Gia tells Sydney that her mother was amazing, full of energy, made everyone smile.
Yeah, so the exact opposite of Sydney, basically.
Yeah.
So she was always laughing. It was contagious. She was full of energy. Meanwhile, Sydney drifts across the room again to sort of whinily say nothing.
Yeah, sort of like jellyfish-like. She just kind of moves on the currents of the...
Just sort of, whoa, hello, what's going on over here?
So Gia's mum says, Sydney, I want to show you something.
Yeah.
And we cut to Gia's mum and Sydney on an all-terrain vehicle, quad biking.
Tearing ass across Jurassic Park.
Tearing ass across the salt flats.
Isla Nublar.
Yeah. They're out in the wilderness. And then they climb up a rock and they emerge at a nice view of a beach, a different beach.
A lagoon.
This place is sacred, says Gia's mum. The whales come here with their young. It's an extraordinary place. Mm-hmm. The first time I was here with your mum, she says, your great-grandmother brought us. There is a welcoming ceremony. The note I have here is that Gia's mum has kind of like a manic energy in this scene.
Yeah.
Did you think
she has
that?
a manic energy throughout this whole movie. It's like...
there's no pause between her sentences. It's like...
Yeah, she's got huge wide eyes.
Yeah,
and she's like always scanning Sydney's face.
Yes.
For like her expression.
This place is sacred. The whales come here with their young. It's an extraordinary place. The first time I was here with your mum, your great-grandmother brought us. There's a welcoming ceremony.
Yeah, it's like you would sort of lock eyes with her and then you'd look down and she'd have stabbed a fork into your thigh. Sydney says, can you bring me to this whale ceremony if it happens? Yeah. It is a gift seeing the whales, says Gia's mum.
You have to be ready for it. Which to me sounds like a polite no.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to tell Sydney, no, it would not be appropriate for you to come to this sacred place.
To the sacred whale ceremony. No.
Yeah. So if I was trying to think of a polite way, I'd be like, you want to see the whales?
Well, Sydney,
you have to be ready
you're
for
13 and the whale ceremony, I mean, there's a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
As you can tell from my countenance, there's a lot of drugs take place.
As you can tell, we're pretty much tripping balls for a straight week.
We're not sure there are whales. We're all sure we've seen some whales.
Smash cut to the whale festival. Everyone's just rolling around on the beach. There are no whales.
Stuffing sand in their mouths. Oh, look, I see another magnificent fluke.
I'm going to run into the ocean and hug it. Oh, we've lost another one.
Andy, the movie Rip Girls, has inspired me to take up surfing.
Okay, well that's good. You know, it's fun, gets you out there. It's probably healthy.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
all that fresh air and exercise.
It's good for me, but I'm a little concerned about some of the risks, and there are a lot of risks involved in surfing. I'm talking about riptides, I'm talking about rocks, I'm talking about reefs, I'm talking about sharks, I'm talking about super sharks.
Yeah, I'm talking about big whales. I'm talking about
big whales.
All of this stuff is possible to happen. Well, I mean, you don't need to worry, though, Luke, because if any of those things happen, you will be safe as long as you make sure to check out ZocDoc. Because if, for example, I mean, heaven forbid you go out surfing, you're pinned to the bottom of the ocean by a wave. Yeah. While you're down there, a shark steals your car keys and drives off in your car. No. And then you're impaled by a narwhal.
By that same shark.
And also his girlfriend, who is a narwhal.
It's a narwhal. That's an unthinkable situation, but if I find myself in that unthinkable situation and I am in the United States, then you better believe I will be downloading ZocDoc. It's a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors. You can choose the right one for your needs and click to instantly book an appointment.
And the great thing is, even if you're pinned to the bottom of the ocean by a riptide, you can still get on your phone and you can download ZocDoc. And you can book in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every speciality, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, narwhal, impalement, and much more.
ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments as long as a narwhal horn removal specialist is on call at that point.
Yeah, and you're going to need, if you're pinned to the bottom of the ocean by a rip, then a same-day appointment is what you need. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/MCC to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/MCC. ZocDoc.com/MCC. Hey, Luke, you might remember I recently inherited a Hawaiian farm.
Yeah, it was hard to forget. It's hard to forget because you keep doing the podcast from your Hawaiian farm and you keep having to interrupt our decon podcast to go and work the land.
Yeah, to sort of till the soil and plant crops and do crop rotation. I have to sort of seed the soil with nitrogen and things like that.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm, as you know, Luke, I'm 13 and I don't really know anything about farming.
Time has not been kind.
It's
been a brutal 13 years.
So I sort of haven't really been able to grow any crops is the thing.
Yeah.
And I was relying on them to eat. So I sort of don't really have any food is the problem. I made one potato.
Yeah.
But it's full of a sort of roiling black mass of some kind of insect.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds bad. But I've got the solution for you.
Oh,
you should sign up to HelloFresh. I don't know why you don't do this. I don't know why all farmers don't sign up to HelloFresh. Just get HelloFresh and then
instead of farming.
And then just take those vegetables to the market or whatever.
Yeah. Why
pop open the box?
Why grow 1,000 peppers?
Yeah.
when all you need for dinner is 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Because HelloFresh sends you farm-fresh,
gives
pre-portioned
farmers?
ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep.
Yeah.
You only need 2 peppers. Don't grow 1,000.
Don't
Just
grow
get HelloFresh to send you the exact
peppers.
amount you need.
What are you going to do with 998 peppers? Ridiculous. Cut down on time spent in the kitchen so you can get back to enjoying the summer sunshine thanks to HelloFresh's quick and easy recipes.
Yeah, it's flexible as well. Are you heading out on vacation? You can update your delivery address and enjoy easy HelloFresh meals at your vacation destination, or just pause your plan until you're back. It's flexible, so they work with your changing schedule.
And maybe you have to feed kids and they're picky eaters. Well, don't worry, because there are kid-friendly recipes that are picky eater-proof and perfect for families looking to shake up their dinner recipe rotation while school is out for the summer.
Folks, I use HelloFresh. I have done for years, and it has freed me from the tyranny of ever having to think about what I have for dinner, which honestly used to take up about 30% of my life.
Oh, it was
And now
awful.
that time is free for me to do things like record podcasts about listless surfing movies.
Exactly. The terror at the end of every working day where you remember, oh no, I have to have dinner, is gone thanks to HelloFresh.
So that's gone thanks to HelloFresh. So go to hellofresh.com/mumcan'tcookapps for free appetizers for life. That is 1 appetizer item per box while the subscription is active. That's free appetizers for life at hellofresh.com/mumcan'tcookapps. Mum Can't Cook Apps. That's HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
So Gia's mum takes Sydney home. It's nighttime now. This is wild. So they get back to Sydney's house. It's dark. When she gets there, Elizabeth is extremely worried. Dad isn't there. He's out looking for Sydney. And when Sydney fell off her surfboard, it was 1 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
Why?
It's now at 11 p.m. or something. It's very dark, very late.
And the parents are understandably freaking out. And Gia's mum is like, God, why are you so worried? Don't be so worried. And it's like, you are a grown-up. When you gave Sydney medical care, why didn't you phone her parents to say, by the way,
I've got your kids. She's hit her head in 6 feet of water.
You took her trekking across the island on an all-terrain vehicle.
Instead you threw her onto an ATV and hauled ass across the island to show her a drug lagoon.
Yeah, and of course when you got back it was dark by then, and at no point did you think to give Sydney's parents a heads up as to where they are.
Sydney has a cell phone on her, right? That's what her dad gave her one for this specific purpose.
What the hell?
At no point did Sydney or Malia, Gia's mum, think to call them.
The cell phone is not mentioned again. So but again, the film paints it like, oh, worrywart dad is out looking for his lost daughter,
like a prick.
Yeah, but they went whale watching or whatever. So anyway, Elizabeth is concerned when she sees the stitches, but Sydney is like, I'm fine. Then Dad comes home in a blind panic.
Yeah,
he's like, what happened? She says, I know I wasn't supposed to, but ... really being a part of something, I always wanted that. Mm-hmm. She's kind of rambling and confesses that she went surfing with the other kids. Dad springs to his feet.
He's glaring daggers at Malia
in
this scene.
Yeah, he stares at her with murder in his eyes.
Yeah.
So Sydney points out that since she wasn't really hurt, probably everything's fine.
Yeah, but she's banished to her room.
Yeah, Dad is
and then
aghast.
Dad rounds on Malia. He says, how could you do this? She's like, well, it had nothing to do with me. I'm supposed to believe that you weren't there cheering her on, filling her head with stories.
Gia's mum is defensive. She says she should know who she is and where she comes from. You never even mentioned my name to her. Mm-hmm. But at this point, that's all we hear because Sydney is ushered out of the room. I assume, this is my note, her mum died surfing. In which case, just tell Sydney.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty obvious from everything everyone has said or done in this entire movie. Her mum died surfing, but the film still considers this to be a mystery that it will kind of parcel out clues for over the next 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's also ridiculous. Like the dad is so worried. He's like, "Oh my god, oh no,
you went surfing, but your mother,
no."
I can't tell you. And she's like, how did my mother die? Will I ever find out? And then you see the surfboard and it's covered in blood.
Yeah.
It's like no. There's a newspaper thing on the wall that says Sydney's mum killed in surf accident.
Also, Sydney's dad, if you want Sydney to stop surfing, why don't you tell her that her mum died doing it?
Yeah. Because then...
that might put her off.
Yeah.
Sounds frightening.
Yeah, because your mum, look.
Yeah.
Here's your mum's smashed up surfboard covered in mum blood.
Mum blood.
So at the front steps, this argument is continuing.
She ought to be grabbing life with both hands, but you've got her so scared, so...
Don't make it sound so simple.
Use what's here, Ben. The ocean is a great healer.
And a great destroyer.
No. If you'd just seen her out there with Gia, she is a natural, just like her.
Leave her alone, Malia. Back off.
You can't protect her forever.
I can try.
Stop running from it, Ben. Pry it open, this lid you've got clamped down so hard. Let it go. Let things heal.
So Gia's mom is like super interfering. It's like, hey, Dad, why don't you do emotional growth? Dad's like, F you. How about this? I won't. So after she's gone, Elizabeth takes Gia's mom's side.
Yeah.
Dad is like, don't even worry about this because everything will be fine once we leave Hawaii, once we're out of here.
Yeah. But she's like, Ben, if you'd fallen in love with another woman, I'd like that. I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it.
She's changing the subject to something she's had on her mind for a while. Ben, did you?
Now that we're all getting stuff off our chest, Ben.
Ben, I just want to ask you: did you like the vibe of Gia's mum?
I mean, she was a little intense, but you know.
If you ever wanted to take a lover into our marital bed, it's okay with me.
Be cool with it.
I'm saying.
No, she says if you'd fallen in love with another woman,
so
someone
stupid.
flesh and blood, I'd know what to do, and I'd fight like crazy to hold on to us, to what we have together.
Have some self-respect, Elizabeth.
Yeah, she's like, if you fell in love with another woman, I've got the game plan already set.
Yeah, I know what I'll do. I'll fight like hell to keep what we have. It's like, well, what you have isn't there anymore because he
is a
fell in love
husband
with
who
another
falls
woman.
in love with other women.
Yeah, right. It's like,
but she's
I
like,
would understand and it would be fine.
Yeah.
But the point she's trying to make is what she can't handle is that he's in love with a ghost. Not a real fun ghost.
Not a real one, unfortunately.
Just the memory of his dead wife.
How am I supposed to fight a ghost, she says. Like this, says Dad, and he pulls a book on a bookcase and it reveals a laboratory full of ghost-busting equipment. They strap on their proton packs and the movie starts to kick ass. No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
I think how am I supposed to fight a ghost is like when the scriptwriter handed over this 1/3 done thing to their realtor.
To their realtor, yeah.
To their realtor and was like, I don't really know what I'm going to do in the last 2/3, but I do have this cool line. How am I supposed to fight a ghost? So incorporate that into the ghost fight scenes.
And I have told you already, I will just be cutting and pasting this legal document.
How am I supposed to fight a ghost?
You drive a hard bargain, realtor. But fine, deal.
But I want this duplex bad.
So we cut to Sydney sat on the rocks overlooking the beach. Gia comes up with her surfboard. They talk. Sydney says, if I try surfing again, Dad'll ground me for life. What's his problem, says Gia. He must be bummed about your mum dying in a surfing accident.
He says, it must be all about your mum's accident. Sydney rounds on Gia. What do you know about it? Gia's suddenly like, oh, sorry, were we not supposed to be talking about your mum dying in a surfing accident?
Yeah. She says, I don't know much, just that there was an accident out there, and she sort of gestures to the ocean. So the mystery is still intact.
Yeah.
We know that the accident occurred at sea.
But we don't know.
We don't know exactly.
We don't know exactly the coordinates.
Or the conveyance her mother was on in the sea.
She could have been on a boat. She could have been doing a scuba dive.
Could have been on a floaty.
Yeah. So she could have been in a pedalo accident. She flipped. She was
riding a dolphin.
She was trying to do the first 1600 on a pedalo.
Unfortunately, it was too extreme and she died. So back at the house at night, Sydney is flicking through an old yearbook. She finds a page about her mother. Miss Sports Queen 1983, Action Girl Nanaloa, it says.
It lists all of her accomplishments. Track, swimming, basketball, tennis. Notably, it doesn't mention surfing.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe that's why she died doing it.
It was her first ever time.
Yeah. The camera zooms in on a poorly composited photo of her mum in front of a building labelled Home. Mm-hmm. This is Keala Loa. That's what the building is captioned.
So we cut to Sydney running along the beach. The other girls are all sat on the sand, braiding each other's hair in a line. Gia is meditating, praying to goddess Hiaka, ancient mistress of the ocean. They ask for a day of monstrous surf.
Yeah, they're praying for sweet waves. And then this ritual is interrupted by boys who run up with super soakers and spray them. And then everyone runs around giggling and being friends.
Yeah.
Like, everyone runs around giggling and being friends is probably the neatest way to sum up this film.
To sum up what happens.
Yeah, except everyone is running around giggling and being friends, but occasionally you'll just see, like, an unidentified adult watching with binoculars from the brush.
Yeah. So they're all doing that. Kona comes up to Sydney. They start talking, and he says, "I made something for you. Here." He hands her a piece of paper. She opens it, and it's like it's a drawing of her surfing with a camera. It looks like the sort of caricature you'd get at the fair.
Yeah, like not a great fair, or like a caricaturist with a big queue.
Yeah.
So like we got to really
he's
fire
got
through these.
Rush through this. Yeah.
Like, what do you want to be in a dune buggy or do you want to be on a surfboard? Like,
yeah. And he says, now when you go back to Chicago, you can show all your friends what a hot dogger you are.
Now I don't know if this used to be surfing slang, but I can see why it may have fallen out of fashion if it ever was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago is a city famous for its hot dogs.
Yeah.
So what does
everyone in Chicago will already think she's a hot dogger because she's from Chicago.
She's always in Portillo's,
town of the hot doggers.
Eating hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Are you a hot dogger because when you surf and you go in a tube, you are the sausage and the wave is the bun?
Of course.
Are you sort of like threaded into a cylinder?
And coral is mustard.
Yeah. And ketchup is a dangerous riptide.
Yeah.
Onions is
a
sharks.
shark is onions. Yeah.
Hang on. Hot dogger.
And a sea cucumber is pickle.
Hot dogging on surfline.com. The history of hot dogging. Generally defined as surfing for flash rather than function, occurring in small conditions with little regard for making the wave, hot dogging has attained an unprecedented level of acceptability within the world of surfing, thanks to aerials. What the fuck is this? What do you mean?
Okay, I searched hot dogging and it gave me an Urban Dictionary description, which is a lot more obscene, so I will...
Nowadays, we call it getting rad, ripping, or blowing up, but it's all the same. For the most part, this state of mind is characterised by youth, as older surfers tend to grow increasingly conservative and set in their ways.
They become a hamburger.
But what is it? Though?
It's ripping, going rip through a back door.
Nowadays, we call it ripping or flaring up, but it's all the same. What is it? Generally defined as surfing for flash rather than function.
Surely the function of surfing is to be flashy. That's the point.
Okay, I'll keep going because surely it will be explained. Hot dogging made its way into the sport early in the 50s along the popular breaks around Waikiki. Prior to that, the equipment of the day confined surfers to striking a manly pose and riding straight to the beach on finless planks. Any variation on the process came as attempts were made to cut across the face of the wave, inevitably resulting in sliding ass. California got into the hot dogging act when Joe Quigg began shaping light balsa boards for his wife. But what is it? By the 60s, everyone was in on the act.
Everyone was hot dogging all day long.
Mickey Munoz brought humour into the hot dogging mix with a bevy of comical poses such as the Quasimodo, El Telefono, and the Mysterioso. But what is it? What is it?
What is it, though?
Ever-shrinking boards in the 70s delivered hot dogging to unimaginable heights.
So hot dogging's a bad thing. So when he's like, everyone in Chicago will know you're a hot dogger, that's an insult.
I think hot dogging means going, like, left or right.
Okay. Everyone will know that you went left and right.
But don't worry. For the relics whose sticks still stay stuck in the water, you can always stuff yourself in a tube. So concludes this article by Jason Bort, who, in 2001, who wrote hundreds of words about hot dogging without
ever satisfactorily describing what it was.
Okay. I'm so annoyed that we went on that tangent and didn't learn.
Didn't learn what hot dogging was.
I think it means going left or right.
Okay, fine.
Whatever.
Yeah, so Sydney asks Kona to take her up to the old plantation house that she saw in her mum's yearbook. What was it? Kanaloa? Kailaloa. Yeah, so he's like, it's abandoned now. No one goes up there anymore. It's spooky. But she's like, I don't mind. And he says, okay, well, let me ask you this. How well do you ride? And it cuts to her on a horse.
Yeah, she rides quite well, it seems. But then they do have horses in Chicago.
Whose horses are these? Where are they kept?
Andy, you are asking that from such a London late-stage capitalism grind set POV. Okay.
They just broke a couple of wild horses.
You've got to remember, like, out here in Hawaii, they do things a little differently.
The land takes... There's a little concept called mana. If Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has taught me anything, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the most Hawaiian man, has taught me that the earth is connected to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Look, ohana means family.
Ohana means family. Mana means Something to do with tequila, pretty sure.
And look, the fact is that there are just sort of communal horses all over the place.
All over Hawaii.
All
and
over
if your
Hawaii.
mana is aligned,
Yeah.
like in Avatar, you connect your hair to the horse's mane.
You whistle and they come to you.
Yeah. And then you attach your hair plugs
You
to
connect
each
your
other.
hair. You plug your hair into the horse.
Plug your hair into the horse, and then
you immediately
you're connected,
experience
aren't you?
a very deep physical bond with the horse, and you can control the horse with your mind.
Yeah. And then you
What?
sort of tip off the cliff.
What is America's deal with Hawaii? It's like, I've never been to Hawaii. It looks beautiful.
No, I haven't. Looks nice.
I would love to go. It looks like I would have a wonderful time swimming in the sea and being on the beach. But like, it seems as if in this era of decoms, like America believed that it was like some sort of spiritual retreat, like it was a soul cleansing experience.
Like going to Pandora, the world of Avatar. Bonding with a horse is a test every young hunter must pass to become an Ikran Makto, as you know.
Look, we've just done, 20 minutes on hot dogging. I won't do 20 minutes on hot dogging an Avatar bird.
Yeah, we can't get into what is it, the Ikran?
What are they called? The Ikran.
Something like that.
I don't know. What are the sexy whales called in the next one?
Oh, yeah.
When I say sexy, I mean... Wait, can you plug your hair into the whales? I can't remember.
I don't know, but like...
Do they plug their hair into the whales?
But one of Jake Sully's sons...
Yeah.
Tulkuns. Yeah, the Tulkun.
The Tulkun, yeah.
Yeah. He, like, his best friend is a whale in the second one.
Yeah, his best friend is a whale who he's friends with.
He sort of lies on him and talks to him about his life and stuff.
But
the whales have got... Oh my God, the whales have got a special chemical in their brain that stops humans from aging. So they have to be... Yeah, so they have to be cruelly murdered. I forgot.
Their heads have to be exploded.
Yeah.
Covering old humans in delicious anti-aging goo. Oh my God.
God, Avatar is so stupid.
Avatar is so stupid. I feel like we should do a series where we recap Avatar, but we do it 1 minute of Avatar at a time. Each episode is 2 hours, and we take it 1 minute.
1 minute.
So it's like episode 1, the first minute of Avatar. Episode 2, the second minute of Avatar. Just so that it is like comprehensive. So as comprehensive as Avatar needs to be.
We would need like a legacy ship going out into space where you need to like pass it down to the next generation.
Yeah.
We would not finish these films in our lifetime.
We'd have to invent cryogenics so that we can unthaw ourselves just for the recordings.
Well, you know what we need, Luke, is a vial of Amrita from the brain of a Tulkun to reverse the aging process.
Avatar, I find it aggressive how stupid Avatar is.
Yeah.
Like it's an attack. Like I'm under attack by Avatar.
Like it's daring you.
Yeah.
To say something.
Go on. I dare you not to take it seriously.
Yeah. All right, and now here's the next scene. It's a space whale. Got anything to say about that?
Didn't say about that? No.
No. Cool.
Stony silence.
Yeah.
How about this? Its brain is full of magic goo.
All right, Sigourney Weaver is a teenage cat girl now. What do you think of that?
God.
Anything to say on that?
How about this? They swim down to the bottom of the ocean and they plug themselves into a big underwater tree. And then they just sort of vibe there. They sort of like hang there in sort of in the water.
Fine with that, are you? Or how about this? Titanic again.
Is it?
but with cat people.
How about this? I still have all of the sort of render files for Titanic. It would be simplicity itself to find and replace all of the little models.
Simply find and replace Leonardo DiCaprio with a blue cat man.
No, they can't do that because in the close-up shots it's Leonardo DiCaprio, but in the wide shots of Titanic it's little CGI people. So they could do Titanic again, and it's Kate and Leo in the close-ups, but then whenever it cuts to wide, the ship's covered in Navi.
You have to use the paint bucket tool to turn all the people blue. Yeah, they're Navi now. Stretch them out a bit.
Do you remember that urban myth about when, like, the shot in Titanic where, like, a stuntman was killed? And I don't think it's real, but there's a bit where someone falls and bounces off a propeller.
Oh, hits the propeller.
Yeah, and I think it was like
famous shot.
It was like an urban myth. It's like, oh, that's someone really,
that really happened.
Yeah, that's someone really dying. But of course, in the remake, it would be a Navi sort of effortlessly backflipping down onto it.
Yeah, that person really hit. That person really hit a propeller and sort of increased in size 60% when it happened. That really happened in real life.
Really happened in real life.
Yeah. I noticed we've stopped talking about Rip Curls.
Yeah, I've also noticed that my brain is releasing dopamine.
I've started enjoying this podcast.
My brain is trying desperately to sort of keep us on the course we're on now.
To hijack this podcast and talk about Avatar instead. Oh God, yeah. All right, they're at the stupid ranch house.
Yeah. Okay. So they go up to the ranch house. Sydney is taking photos. Imagine how awesome it must have been when this place was happening, says Kona. Apparently, it was the site of like major parties,
major luau's
and stuff. On a full moon, you can hear slack guitars wailing. They say Sydney is taking loads and loads of photos still. Then Gia steals Kona's hat and throws it to Sydney. They're doing a bit of horseplay, but not with the horses.
Yep. They're roughhousing. Sydney runs up onto the porch carrying the hat. She runs into the house and stops dead.
Yeah.
She's in her mother's old bedroom.
Dun, dun, dun.
This was her room, she says. She showed it to me once. I can almost remember when she bought me. I couldn't have been more than 2, but I know I was here. The smell, that's what I remember the most.
This house surely doesn't smell of anything other than squatter urine, because it...
Okay, I've got squatter but yeah, that's what I've got in my notes.
But it is a beautiful, intact, completely empty and abandoned for decades house.
Yeah.
Like in beautiful Hawaii. You can't just leave a house like this there. And I mean, maybe that's me coming at this with my London grind set.
Yeah.
But, I don't think you could have this house and it wouldn't just be full of people who were like squatting in it until they get the legal ownership.
But yeah, they don't. That scene doesn't really go anywhere after that. We just cut back to the realtors, who are talking about the Hordens people. They've acquiesced over everything: the ecological concerns, the watershed issues. Everybody gets what they want. Presumably, the teens can still surf on the beach because that was one of the concerns. They said they've acquiesced.
If it was a concern raised, they've acquiesced to everything, so it must be fine.
Yeah, Bo shakes his head at this unimaginable insult.
Yeah, they've given 72 hours for a response. The realtors tell them. The realtors encourage Elizabeth and Dad to grab this opportunity.
Yeah,
Bo and Sydney are frowning.
In her room, Sydney is looking at the photos she took of the plantation. They look like outtakes from the Blair Witch Project.
Sidebar. She's on a Mac, and this movie reminded me that Macs used to have the Apple logo upside down, which looks so
I
stupid.
Googled. I was like, did Apple logos used to be upside down on laptops? And they were like, yeah, because they thought that people would want to see them the right way up when the laptop was closed. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. How long did it take them to realise that was stupid?
Yeah, when Steve Jobs took control back, that was the first thing he was like, turn that stupid logo around. And also cancel all the computers.
And also make them glow.
Yeah. By God, you've done it. Johnny Ive's like, right, I'm going to make it glow.
Right, it's me, Johnny Ive.
What's that in my pocket? That's right, it's a bloody iPod.
What's this? iPod Nano. What's this? Even smaller one.
What's this? MacBook Air. All in my pockets. Do you know Johnny Ive? Oh my God, my brain is desperate to not do Rip Curls. Do you know Johnny Ive designed a toilet?
No, I didn't.
Well, he did.
Was it very small?
Yeah, it was nano toilet.
Couldn't really figure out how to open it.
It had that sort of colourful plastic casing, like the old
translucent plastic. Yeah. It could store 40,000 songs and 10 millilitres of urine.
Okay, fine. Okay, right. Okay, we must
forge onwards.
So she's on the laptop. She's looking at the photos of her mum's old room. Suddenly, she hears a sort of snapping shutter sound coming from outside.
It's people throwing stones at her window.
Yes. Who's out there? She goes to the window, and it's Gia and Kona. Gia says, Mom says that it's time. And they are whisked away to the whale party.
Yes, the big whale party.
Time.
There's fire dancing, ukulele, guitars, feasting. Malia is there. Her pupils are like saucers.
I would say there's a pretty good turnout at this beach party, considering you can't have the beach party in your diary. Considering, you don't know when it's going to be, it's just when the whales deign to show up.
Oh, and also it's a sacred honour that very few are afforded.
Yeah, and it's like it's like a massive.
It's like literally everyone on the island is there.
There's a huge spread. That like everyone's in stunning traditional dress. There are fairy lights round trees and festooning, which means there's a generator. And I just don't believe that word went round hours ago that the whales are here. It's time for the big party. It's like
so
there's no way.
Sydney is like floating around this party like a boring ghost.
Yeah.
The Hawaiians say, "Hey, try this food." She eats some of it, and they go, "Yeah, she did it."
Oh my god, yes, she did it. I don't know what it is. I think it's supposed to be like a little octopus, like a little fried squid or something. I don't know.
It looks nice.
It does look nice. An old woman is telling a story to kids, and Kona translates this fairy tale for Sydney. It's a story from myth about a girl who, to prove her love to a boy, to the boy's father, had to surf a legendary huge tsunami. And at the conclusion of this story, Kona kisses Sydney.
That's right. They're here, the whales, says someone. They all run down to the beach.
Surely the whales were already there. Or why was this party happening?
Yeah, I don't know. They let the whales call ahead and said, we'll be here at 9.
The whales are like, we're aiming to be on the road.
We're currently in Sheppey services. So with fair winds,
we're trying to get out the door 8:30 for 9.
There'll probably be some traffic around the Dartford Tunnel.
Yeah,
but then...
Junction 9 is always a nightmare, but it's not a bank holiday, so we reckon, we should be with you sometime around.
So, like I say, we're at the services now. We're just going to have a Greggs and then we'll hit the road.
Yeah,
so.
Baby whale needed an emergency toilet stop, so unfortunately that's
not a problem.
Yeah.
Out at sea, we see an absolutely atrocious CGI whale, and there's only one of them as well. So. My mother was right. It is magical, says Sydney. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. We got back to whale.
Splash.
Not PNG, not final.
Splash. Gia's mum says that the whales are said to move back and forth between the two worlds, linking one with the other. Never alone. That's aloha. And Sydney sort of nods in a sage way and says, were you there when my mum's accident happened? Which is a real mood killer. Gia's mum's just like coming up on whatever she's taken and just like not inviting you to another one of these beach parties.
She's like, oh wow. Oh, this is going to be a rough one. Thanks, Sydney.
So Gia's mum tells the terrible story.
That day the waves were awesome and Naniloa came over so excited. Everything was perfect. So we took the first rides together. Naniloa flying down these big breakers, cutting back into the curl, huge smile on her face. That day out there, we owned the waves. Yeah, everything was going perfect. Then I guess we got tired, so we were coming in. I was in front. And all of a sudden, your mom's board comes rocketing up. And I look back and I see this huge swell coming and waves stacking one on top of the other. See Naniloa trapped in the middle of it. She's caught in this current and it's sweeping her down towards the rocks. Your father didn't really want to know what happened. He could barely even listen. He just wanted to get away and get you out of here. It's like he blamed the islands for losing her. Your mom fought so hard in those waves to get back to you, Sydney. That's why.
She's supposed to be here while I'm growing up. I hate her for not thinking about that.
Oh, you have to forgive her, Sydney. Both you and your dad.
Why?
For your own sake.
So there you have it.
Sydney has decided she now hates her mother.
Yeah, I don't get what Gia's mum's angle is here. She's like, oh, Dad didn't even want to know what happened. I mean, he does know what happened. It's not like the dad was like, oh, something terrible's happened to your wife. I don't want to hear it. don't. I'm getting on a plane right now.
Don't tell me the details. I'm on a plane. I'm in the air. I don't know. She's still out there. We could maybe...
No, I'm an English professor in Chicago now.
I'm going to go back and teach James Joyce's Ulysses to these children.
Yeah. We cut to the next morning. Sydney comes home. She's been out all night and Dad is waiting up for her. She's angry at Dad. She says, you should have told me about it. It shouldn't have been some deep, dark secret. And Sydney goes up to her room.
She tears the picture of her mum in half in the room and starts crying on her bed.
I don't know why. It's like, why does she hate her mum now?
Because
she died.
Well, okay, so she knew that her mum died in an accident.
Yeah.
But now she's learned that her mum
ocean.
died in an accident in in the sea.
In the sea.
And she can't believe this is an unconscionable betrayal, and she never wants to see her again.
Yeah. So Elizabeth finds Dad looking sad at the dinner table because he's in love with a ghost.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, he confesses, that I should have saved her or stopped her. When I lost her, I didn't think I'd ever love anyone again, and then I found you. It didn't seem fair that I should be so happy and she's ...
Yeah.
But, like dead in the sea.
Smashed up in the ocean.
She would want you to be happy, says Elizabeth, just desperately hoping they can move on from this BS.
Yeah.
Next day, I've written, next day, this movie badly needs an upcoming surf competition or something. Like
something fun.
This movie
to
needs to
happen.
be moving towards something. It needs, anything.
It's just a series of like listless, boring, nothing
Sad,
scenes.
earnest
so
things.
it's like in this scene, Dad and Sydney are like walking and talking about her mum. Dad waxes rhapsodic about her radiant beauty that took his breath away.
Yeah.
I've written, I hope Liz isn't listening to this.
Liz is
it's
the
pretty
person
rough.
with binoculars.
Yeah, right. I thought I was protecting you by getting you away from here, but Malia was right. I was just running. Mackay is your heritage, he says. You have to decide what to do with it.
Sydney points
She's like,
out,
I'm 5.
Sydney says, I'm just a kid. How do I know? And Dad says, sometimes you don't know what to do. You just have to cross your fingers and hope. And Sydney says, well, what about the money? And Dad says, Sydney, I'd be lying to you if I told you we didn't need it.
It's like, Sydney, do we need it? Sure.
Sure.
Sure, we're days away from the poorhouse.
Will we starve to death if we don't get the money? Sure. But it's your decision.
He says, but Liz says that isn't always what's important.
Yeah.
Not me, though. I need that cash.
He says, I'll be teaching the rest of my career and I'll never see this kind of money again. Anyway, whatever you decide, we'll be there. It's like leading her a little bit there, Dad.
Yeah.
I think clearly Dad doesn't want to make what he thinks is an evil choice. So he's like, I know, I'll make 13-year-old Sydney make the choice. It's such a stupid idea. Such a stupid idea.
This is millions of dollars on the table, right?
Yeah,
surely.
You got to think it's in the millions. And it's like, even if you decide that you don't want to take the deal, which is fair, don't let it be Sydney's decision. It's too much responsibility to give her. It will shatter her psyche. It's too much. It's way too much.
Like, they've acquiesced to everything. So it's going to be a sensitively designed eco resort that is in harmony with the local area. The alternative
is they work the land.
Is they attempt to become farmers
attempt to
no
till
money.
the land for sugarcane.
I mean, the upkeep on this estate has got to be enormous. Like,
Bo's like, it sure was nice when this used to be a farm. And it's like, well, Bo, let me ask you this. Why isn't it a farm now if it was so good?
Also, Bo's going to come back in a year and because they don't have the money to pay groundskeepers to stop the vegetation reclaiming the farm. It's just going to be like covered in vines and wild animals. And oh, well, I guess they didn't really know how to be farmers. Well,
so
too bad.
So Sydney's wrestling with this terrible decision. Do you think we could stay here? She asks her dad, and Dad sort of looks pensive. And I've written probably not. Unless they have a need.
Live here, he says. There's a lot of lost memories, lots of ghosts. I've written, no, there aren't.
No, there aren't. Also,
wish there were.
The problem isn't the lost memories, it's that your wife is a textile designer in Chicago and that you are an English professor in Chicago.
An English professor in Chicago. I've written, does Sydney not have any friends in Chicago? Does she not have a life in Chicago?
Why don't you live in Hawaii like princes with the money from...
with the millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
It seems like this Horton will acquiesce to anything you say. Get them to give you a villa on the property for free.
Yeah.
You live there with $5 million.
Oh, man.
Like kings.
It's annoying. But don't worry, because Sydney's about to do some Photoshop, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
So she brings the photo that she ripped up of her mum into her photo editing software.
Yep.
She takes it into a program and she presses a button called Repair, and it repairs the torn image. Yep. Then she pulls up a photo of her. She erases the background, enlarges the photo of Mum, presses a button to enhance the photo of Mum, then drags it into the background of the photo with Sydney, and then she smiles contentedly, even though this is the saddest thing that I've ever seen, and it looks awful.
Yeah, I've written Luke probably openly weeping now.
Oh, God. No! I understand why you thought that, but it's played in this movie like it's a really sweet moment, but it's desperately depressing to watch Sydney make a very clumsy, bad Photoshop
of her and her mum.
Yeah, it's
together.
like, here what it would look like if I had a photo with my mum. But if I had time travel, but if my mum had given birth to me when she was 2.
It's also not a short scene.
Yeah,
we see every step of the process of photoshopping this photo.
Yeah. Anyway, the good news is there is actually genuinely some drama coming up. Okay, here it comes. It comes. So Sydney goes to meet up with some of Gia's friends. But they ignore her. Let's get out of here, they say. It's beginning to stink. Kind of Juana, like dead fish. No one wants to talk to Sydney all of a sudden. They hate her. I can't believe you'd show your face, says one of them. And they thrust a paper at Sydney. It's the local newspaper. And the headline reads, Luxury Resort Coming to Mackay.
We haven't even decided anything, protests Sydney. But they all go off and say that she stinks. She runs back to Malia and Gia's house. She sees the barn. Kona is in there working on surfboards. Gia's not here. Are you okay? He says. He's trying to hide what he's working on. She pulls back the sheet to reveal that he's done one of his crappy drawings on the precious Nana Leia board.
He's done the same drawing. He's done the crappy cartoon of her surfing, but now it's a colour version. Like, don't get me wrong. I think this was a pretty sweet gesture when it was on paper.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this isn't much, but I did a drawing of you. It's like, it's cute. It's like sort of teen romance. It's like, oh, you're thinking of me. It's like a doodle in your notebook. But now he's sort of vinyled it lacquered it onto the front of this historic
the only thing he has of his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to sort of draw a unflattering caricature of you on like some precious heirloom from a dead relative. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be thrilled about that.
Well, I guess it would depend if you had frosted tips.
That's true.
Yeah. So Sydney says that she's surprised that Kona is even talking to her. He says that Gia stood up for Sydney when the other kids were laying into her off screen earlier.
Yeah.
And then she goes and finds Gia on the beach. Gia says that she needs time alone and that this is where she comes when she does so, but that Kona told Sydney where she was. Sydney looks at a big wave. Tell me you don't surf that, she says. And Gia admits that she does surf big waves and says that her mum would have a cow if she knew about the way she surfs big waves.
Jesus Christ.
Then Gia recalls... I'm just going to keep going. Then Gia recalls a sad time when she came to this beach, when her dad had promised he'd call her on her birthday, but he didn't. It's her own fault for believing him.
Sydney reaches into her bag and produces the newspaper. Did you read it? She said, the whole thing, even the part about the whales. The lagoon will be a preserve. We made them promise. I can't get a handle on the geography of this thing because they owned like the Mackay plantation, which is
they ATV for like the best part of a day to get to Whale Lagoon.
Island. So, and they've made this development company promise they will make a whale preserve on the other side of the island in land they don't own, presumably.
I mean, Horden's acquiescing. You may as well.
I feel like Horden is agreeing too readily to
I would
things.
also like it if there were 50 McDonald's on the island, because I sometimes fancy a Big Mac. Yes, we acquiesce.
You have to say, I'm a stupid Mr. Horden. You have to change your name to Stinky Horden.
Yeah, you have to wear a clown suit and sort of fall over the place. Anyway, this turns into a big row.
At least they're trying to keep what's there. What's special?
It's a resort, Sydney. Everything will change. You think the wells will keep coming back once their lagoon's filled with tourists?
When we first met at Mackay, did you plan it? You and Malia? The inheritance? Is that why you became my friend?
What? Where'd you get that?
The truth, Gia.
Well, kind of. I mean, we thought that, if you got to know everybody, if I accidentally ran into you and got things started. But it changed. Hey, Sydney, listen to me. Once we got to know each other, it changed. I stopped being your friend because I was supposed to. I just did it because it was fun. Listen.
Why? So you could lie some more?
It's the truth.
Boy, you're good. Ever consider going to Hollywood? Making use of that talent?
This isn't an act. God, I'm not trying to work you. Why would you say that?
Because that's all I hear. Lies on top of lies on top of lies.
You weren't exactly telling the truth either. Pretending to be some big surfer
chick. I never
chick.
said I could surf. You assumed.
Oh, I get it. My lies count, but yours don't.
They all knew, didn't they? You let me make a fool of myself in front of everyone.
You didn't need any help playing the fool. You handled that all on your own, like some stupid lovesick puppy.
Kona? Was he in it too? I hate you. I hate all of you. And you know what? I am gonna sell Mackay. I'm gonna get off this stupid island, forget any of you existed.
Fine. Go back then. Who needs you?
Over the credits, we get several scenes of Sydney and her family rolling in big piles of money.
It's a bit like Richie Rich. She's sort of driving around her house in a small car for children. She's been given basketball lessons by Michael Jordan.
Yeah. We get a kind of still image of Gia's mum's house being bulldozed to make way for an infinity pool.
Yeah. Gia is swallowed whole by a whale. That's its behaviours have been changed by tourists.
Furious whale. A whale on a mission to eat every tourist. Damn it, he's succeeding.
Yep. The Horde and mech suits land on the beach and start flamethrowing the jungle.
Start looking for unobtainium.
They start pulling raw unobtainium out of the ground.
Start firing harpoons into the whale's brains. Extracting pure anti-aging wrinkle cream.
A man with a jarhead military haircut chomps on a cigar and starts machine gunning the locals.
Okay, so
that's not what happens.
Okay, the thing is, here we've had the dynamite reveal that everyone in this movie, all the teens, have been lying to Sydney. They were all in on a plan. They were all
to manipulate her.
All in on a charm offensive. Here's the thing, though. If they were all in on the plan, why did they go ballistic when they read the newspaper and call her stinky?
Well, because they wanted her to make the opposite decision. They thought all their stuff was in vain.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. But then when Sydney says we haven't made a decision yet, they should have to do an embarrassing U-turn where they go, oh, great.
A humiliating climb down. We love you still.
We love you. I'm sure you'll make the right choice.
Yeah. But yeah, in the realtors, the contracts are placed in front of Sydney. Sparkling cider is broken out. She looks out of the window and sees the gang loading into a camper van. Beau is there looking like someone just walked over his grave.
Yeah, they're all miserable. Yeah. Sydney looks undecided as the realtor offers her the fountain pen. Surely this isn't legal because she's 13, right? She can't. Surely not. It would be a terrible decision. It's like You Lucky Dog or something. It'd be like, unfortunately, a dog has sold your house to a friend.
Well, that won't stand up in court, of course.
Yeah. So anyway, Sydney looks out again at the
paper,
teens
but she stops. Yeah. She can't bring herself to sign. We cut to her running up to Gia's house again. Inside, Malia is painting some surfing. Get another interest, I've written.
Yeah. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else, says Sydney excitedly. No, it's fine. I don't need to hear the gruesome details of the deal that definitely went through, says Gia's mum. And then they talk for about
I had to come here and tell you myself just how I sold the land to developers.
I had to come here. I didn't want you to hear from anyone else just how deluxe the view is going to be from the villa that gets planted on top of your house. Then they talk for roughly 10 minutes. Like, Gia's mum is like, we just figured it was worth a shot. But of course, you've been gone so long. How could Mackay still be a part of you? And then, I really don't like Gia's mum.
No, she's
horrible.
Weird.
She's not very nice.
Weird.
And
she's got a horrible energy. Yeah. It's like, it's creepy.
Yeah, and then she's given this sort of stuff like, she was part of this plan to trick 13-year-old Sydney.
It was her plan. She made the plan.
Her plan. It's not a cool plan. Then she presents Sydney with a locket. Inside are photos of Sydney's mom and Sydney when she was a little girl.
Yeah.
Why the did Gia's mum have this? And why the didn't she give it to Sydney sooner?
That is the exact note I've got. Why does Malia have this? Why didn't she give it to her earlier?
I can only assume she has it because she pulled it off the corpse.
It was like she pulled it off her neck and said, "Long live the king."
Yeah, long live the king of surfing.
Tossed her into the ocean.
I will be the first to land the 1600. No!
Yeah. So, Sydney runs to the half pipe looking for Gia. Kona says that she took off, and Kona explains that Gia thinks that she signed the papers. She said, good riddance, and was really down, like everything was falling apart. So Sydney runs off. And from now on, the film is mostly Sydney sprinting to various locations.
Yeah. So Sydney is very concerned. She runs to a point overlooking the secret scary beach where Gia likes to go and surf the big wave.
Mm-hmm.
She's out there somewhere. I just know it, says Sydney. No way, says Kona. She wouldn't surf alone. That's too crazy. And then there's an awkward pause. We'd better find her, says Kona. They split up. The music has become very tense. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. Sydney sprints along the beach. She looks to the ocean. She sees nothing. She looks to the rocks. She sees Gia's surfboard cover and bag. She sprints to them. She sprints across the beach again to a different part of the beach. She looks down and sees Gia's board dashed by the waves in the ocean.
Yeah, it's sort of flopping around limply in the shallows with no rider.
Yeah. She scans the waves and calls. She throws her bag down. She sprints across the beach. She sprints into the sea.
Yeah.
She picks up a board.
Sydney knows just what to do.
Out.
Also drown. Yeah. So
I know what'll help if I also drown.
Like, the correct thing to do here is to, as quickly as possible, get the Coast Guard, right? If you think someone has gone missing in the water,
tell a lifeguard.
The likelihood of you swimming out on your surfboard and finding them.
Yeah. Considering the last time you were in the ocean, you almost drowned.
Yeah, and considering you don't know how long Gia's been in the ocean, you think it's since Kona last saw her, right? Which is kind of implied that it was several hours ago. But anyway, so she grabs Gia's board and paddles out into this furious surf. She weaves between rocks. Then eventually she sees a waving arm. It's Gia who sinks down into the waves.
Yeah, Gia, who can't swim, apparently. She sinks under the waves. Sydney dives down after her, grabs her arm and pulls her back up onto her board.
What happened?
Went over the falls. And then I hit the reef. My arm hurts a lot.
Hold on. I'll get you back in.
The note I have here is, imagine if a big shark ate them.
Or, an Avatar whale. Swallowed them whole.
Swallowed them up. So, the rescue has happened. Gia is like, I thought you'd be on a plane by now. And Sydney says she didn't mean all the things she said. And Gia says, me too. About Kona. Would I let you think he likes you, girl?
Sydney runs to her bag. She has the contract. Look, I didn't do it. I didn't sign, she says. I told them no. We're not selling Mackay. We're going to live here and become farmers, I guess.
Farm cattle and sugarcane.
Yes, says Gia. What was the issue with the resort, the sensitively built one I've written?
I think this is, I think, regardless, I think it was sensible to turn it down. Why take the first offer?
Yeah.
I would stay, get survey, try and spark a bidding war. If Horden's willing to acquiesce, maybe another developer is too.
Maybe, Hilton.
Get
them in here.
Yeah.
Disney, Aulani.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the story of Aulani.
Rich, isn't it? Disney. When was their Hawaiian resort built?
Yeah, when did Aulani open?
Yeah.
2011.
2011, okay.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that was enough time for everyone to have forgotten about Rip Curls.
Yeah, they're like, man, it's really bad when companies open resorts. Anyway, kids, ask your parents about Disney Aulani.
Insist that your parents bring you. It's going to be sweet.
In 2011.
Is ours in sympathy with nature? Oh, no.
Oh, no. No, we had to harpoon a lot of whales in the brain.
The whole resort runs on clean burning whale oil.
It turns out when whales are tortured, they release a clean fuel.
Turns out they release an odd moaning sound that is quite relaxing. We pipe it into the spa.
They release a special chemical that keeps Michael Eisner young. But he needs a lot of it.
They release a special smell that is just delightful in the lobby.
They release a kind of relaxing island music, which we pipe into the resort. So,
God.
Yeah, so Dad and Malia sit on the steps of the house. What will you do, says Malia. Teach, finish the novel, open the old school up on the hill, he says.
This is
some kind of abandoned school on a hill.
Like,
Dad is going to move in and start teaching.
Start teaching raccoons and...
teaching wild horses to wander in. It's like...
This movie.
I guess we'll just spiral into poverty here on Hawaii because we can't afford to run this resort.
Because we have
land.
Absolutely no expertise or training, and of course, Sydney, you will have to go to school here, so you can't help run the farm.
So your classmates will be up on the hill. There'll be horses, sort of wild.
This movie...
Do they have apes in Hawaii?
This movie takes the point of view that nothing ever closes for a sensible reason. It's like, why did we stop farming? I don't know. It was probably a tragedy. Why did the school close? Oh, no good reason, probably. It's like, it probably closed because there weren't enough children. Because farming is no longer financially viable and hasn't been since the 1960s.
Also, he describes it as the old school up on the hill. Probably no one wanted to go up the hill to go to school. There's a school down the hill.
I'm pretty sure the implication is that, this is near the place where they have to pony trek up to. So, Probably no one wants to be in.
It's half a day's hike up to the school.
Come on, kids, hop on your ATVs and head up to the school. I mean, obviously you're
half a day's ride.
You're all already going to a school because you're educated.
But leave that one. The only subject is English.
The only subject is English.
Because we've only got the one teacher.
Is he just assuming that kids on Hawaii don't currently go to school, maybe?
Well, they just sort of roam the island freely. Occasionally they'll drop into school and get a little bit of book learning, then they'll go off.
Train a horse.
Yeah, then they'll surf off to the pineapple farm or whatever they do on Hawaii.
Whatever whimsical nonsense they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just there for 5 days all-inclusive.
I don't know. I was in Aulani.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so Liz arrives. She says, "You're not sorry about turning down all that money?" And Dad says, "Yeah." That was Sydney's choice. He continues to say she did the right thing.
It should be noted that Dad and Elizabeth are now dressed in like island patterns, so you know that they've relaxed and are happy.
Yeah. Out at sea, Sydney sits on her surfboard. She's wearing a lei. She takes it off and throws it into the sea. I'm not sure if I'm saying hello or goodbye, but I know she's out here watching over me, and I'll have that always. So either way, it's all the same. It's all aloha, she says.
I've written nice, meaningless.
Her friends all wave to her. She runs out of the sea and we get a montage with some music. It's very Phil Marshall. The camera clicks. There's a lot of impossible angles of people surfing. Sydney's back is in one of the photographs somehow. It ends on a picture of her taken from the ocean. And the credits roll.
She asked a crab to take it.
A fussing friendly crab. Took a photo of her from the ocean.
Unfortunately, the crab later asserted its moral right to the photograph.
So yeah, the copyright is with the crab.
Okay.
The film's over. That's it. It's done.
The film's finished. That's it. There's
no more film.
There's nothing to say. It's
so listless.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's no energy whatsoever. It's the most.
It's nearly relaxed. The film nearly has a sort of pleasant, relaxed ambience like the Wii game Endless Ocean.
Yes.
But it isn't. It's unfortunately just listless, like you say. It's lacking in energy. It's boring.
Purpose.
It's earnest and boring.
Meaning.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the characters in this film.
No, I like Kona. He's cool. He's got a skateboard. He draws a picture. He has frosted tips and he swims around.
Yeah, I suppose.
Rescues people. He's brave.
Just Kona.
I don't know. I didn't mind Sydney. I thought that Gia's betrayal, like the revelation that everyone was pretending to be her friend, I thought was actually quite shocking, and the movie dismissed it way too quickly. Like, that's pretty unforgivable.
Yeah.
Like, if you were Sydney, that would be it, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If you found out that happened, you'd be like, okay, it's infinity pools from here to your house.
Send in the bulldozers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think they're living on her land. I think they're living on their own land.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the problem is.
I don't really see what the problem is. Really.
It's probably good for the economy. They said they would preserve the environment.
Yeah.
There's going to be again, jobs.
The alternative is what? Like farm cattle?
Slow decline, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
A load of cows wandering around.
But it's just that sort of like lazy sort of American fantasy Hawaii, isn't it? Where it's like, like all you need to do is
manna.
All you need to do is get with the vibe.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Oahu. Ohana means family.
That said, the movie is about surfing, and I think I will watch and on some level enjoy any movie about surfing.
The problem is that Johnny Tsunami exists. So imagine if they made an inline skating decom that was really boring and earnest.
Yeah.
And it was playing on the same channel as Brink. You'd be like, why does this exist? We have Brink.
Why don't they just put Brink on? Yeah, sort of really earnest, sad Brink where actually all the inline skating was totally secondary to some kind of land deal.
And again, the way that the Disney Channel shows things, probably there are kids who have like a loose memory of one movie.
Yeah.
Which is made up of parts of Johnny Tsunami and parts of this awful movie.
Yeah, you would remember a movie that was real like ups and downs narratively and also kept jumping back and forth from like Frozen.
Or you turn this on and you'd be like, okay, this is boring now, but any minute now that awesome Johnny Tsunami is going to turn up and be like,
but then it never happens.
It never happens. Yeah. And you're like, oh, well, that sucks.
Let me read you an email, Andy.
Okay,
that'd be nicer. Okay, this one comes from Andy Farrell.
What?
Not Andy Farron.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My name is also Andy, writes Andy. I want to assert myself as the High School Musical superfan of all time. Sidebar, I want to say thank you so much, everyone who emailed us about High School Musical. Oh my God, our inbox has basically melted. Like, I don't think we've definitely not done a film that's had this sort of response.
No, I've learned so much about High School Musical.
Yeah.
Everyone says that High School Musical 2 is what we were hoping High School Musical 1 would be.
Yes.
So I think we are going to have to watch High School Musical 2 at some point.
Oh, for sure. So Andy continues, my credentials are as follows. I've watched the movies somewhere in the ballpark of 20 different times. I read all 14 of the Stories from East High canon books. That's right, there's a series of novels.
Good.
I had a High School Musical themed birthday party at an age far out of the High School Musical demographic. I performed as a drag queen version of Gabriela Montez to the song Gotta Go My Own Way from High School Musical 2. And later this year, I will be performing as the drag queen version of Sharpay Evans.
Oh my God.
A video of which I would be happy to provide once it occurs. If you have interest in that, yes, please, Andy.
Yes, I have interest in that.
Andy provides some facts about the High School Musical that you may find interesting. So this is like, these are facts from a genuine superfan. High School Musical 1 was filmed in 24 days.
Okay.
Ashley Tisdale, who is Sharpay, and Lucas Grabeel, who is Ryan, hated each other during the filming of the first movie. A few people that emailed us this, apparently they're friends now.
Okay, good.
High School Musical 3 was originally meant to be a haunted high school musical, a Halloween special of sorts, but the script for this never came to be. High School Musical 1 was originally inspired by a never-picked-up Grease 3 script from 1999, intended to star Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, and Christina Aguilera.
That is so cool. And yeah, Christina Aguilera as Sharpay, presumably.
You're either a Britney or a Christina, aren't you?
Oh my God, that's so good.
Ryan wears 9 different hats through the course of the first movie. It's a shame all of them are horribly ugly. So, yes, thank you very, very much, Andy, for these brilliant facts. And thanks everyone who wrote in. And also, we didn't have time in the High School Musical episode to do feedback about Even Stevens, but oh my gosh, I'm an authority on music in Even Stevens now. And behind the scenes, there is a song from Even Stevens that many of you sent us that I cannot stop singing.
The Disney Channel thought that there would be a market for High School Musical because of how well the musical episodes of That's So Raven and Even Stevens did. Yeah. And so everyone sent us this song from an episode of Even Stevens called We Went to the Moon in 1969. And between Bop to the Top and this has been me and Luke's internal monologue for like the last 2 weeks.
I cannot shift. I mean, listen to this.
We went to the moon in 1969. Not 1968, but a year later. We went to the moon in 1969. That's when the astronauts first walked inside a crater. Went to the moon in 1969, not 1970, but a year sooner. We went to the moon in 1969. That's when they made a landing that was lunar. We didn't go up to the sun or stars. We didn't go to Mercury or Mars. But we went to the moon in 1969, not 1968, but the year after. And once they got there, the astronauts felt fine. They smiled at each other and there was laughter. We went to the moon in 1969, not 1970.
It's so catchy and it's
so good.
And it's funny. It's really funny.
Good.
And like, if you watch the video, Christy Carlson Romano's performance is like really funny.
Really good.
Really funny. So it's like, it'll be stuck in my head for about 72 hours and then I'll remember Bop to the Top.
And then you'll remember Bop to the Top and that's in there.
And then about after another 72 hours, I'll see the moon or someone will mention the moon or anything to do with space.
Great, back to that now.
Okay, here we go. We went to the moon. And we're off again. Thank you very much, everyone for all of your great emails. I wish we had time to read them all out, but we definitely don't. But we do read them all. So, yeah, thank you for sending them all in. We love to read them. If you want to email the show, you can do by emailing momcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. Andy, before we talk about our new Patreon tiers, what decom are we going to do next?
Next time, Luke, we will be doing 2005's Life is Rough. It's been a while since we've done a dog one.
Yes, it is.
So it's back to a dog decom, a dog com. A scheming teen
Dog Channel original movie.
Dog Channel original movie. A scheming teen who has everything going for him adopts a stray dog who proves to be more than anybody can handle.
Wow, a dog more than anybody can handle.
Anybody can handle.
That's some kind of super dog. Yeah. Okay, that's Life is Rough, spelt R-U-F-F. Obviously.
R-U-F-F. Yeah. It is coming next time. But Luke, you mentioned Patreon tiers.
Yes, I did.
What do you mean by that?
That's right. We have refreshed the Patreon tiers of the Extra Helpings. So refreshed of the Extra Helpings Patreon. We now have 3 tiers. You can be a chef de partie, where you get the bonus episodes every fortnight where we're recapping So Weird. So if you want Mum Can't Cook weekly, that is the best way to do it. But if that's not enough Mum Can't Cook in your life, and I understand if it isn't, then why not become a Patreon member on the Sous Chef tier, where you get to watch a monthly watch-along movie with me and Andy live.
Yep, we're going to be watching Brink at the end of the month.
Yep.
The details are on the Patreon at patreon.com/extrahelping. So if you fancy having a Brink watch-along with us,
please do.
Live,
it's going to be great.
As it happens, then check that out. And at the very top tier, we have the Chef de Cuisine for distinguished palates. And on that tier, you get all the bonuses of the previous tiers. Plus, we will shout you out at the end of every main feed episode. And we're going to do that for the first time shortly.
Yeah, so hang around and see what that sounds like. So until next time, we're... sorry, my mind was just reaching back for anything that happened in this movie to... the binoculars! The binoculars! Binoculars! Trampoline!
Yeah. Who do you think was the binoculars?
Who do you think was the binoculars? Okay, Gia's mum.
That's who I think it is. I think it's supposed to be Gia's mum. I don't know why she's lurking in bushes and watching them through binoculars.
It doesn't tally with anything else she's ever done.
No.
But
and also she just sort of she's like looking at them through binoculars, but then also just comes up to them and says hello and stuff. And I don't know why she's being secret.
Yeah, she's Gia's mum, and Gia is in on the plan. She could just go down and watch at the beach.
And also the dad knows her. They were friends in Hawaii back in the day.
Yeah, and even if she wanted to hide it from the dad, she then doesn't hide it from the dad because she does medical attention on Sydney and then drops her off at home after taking her to a whale lagoon.
I think it was Gia's mum. I think it's that or the Great Red Dragon cloaked in the sun.
Yeah, it is very bizarre now that I think about it that they never formally cover it off.
Yeah,
they never
have a little reveal.
Yeah,
I think they must have forgotten.
All she'd have to do is hold up some binoculars and be like, "Yeah," and I've been. Yeah, I think probably they wrote the scene where she holds up binoculars and go, "Yeah," and to be honest, I've been spying on you this whole time. But they couldn't figure out a way to do that, but then have her character still be nice because it's an effing creepy, weird thing to do.
It's just another mark against the weird, unpleasant character of Gia's mum.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that's what that was.
Thanks for listening to this episode, and apologies for the, roughly 10 minutes between us finishing the recap and talking about the binoculars, where you will certainly have been panicking that we weren't going to remember the binoculars.
Who had the binoculars. But don't worry, it didn't really matter.
Like everything we talk about on this podcast, it didn't really matter.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week when I will have sold this podcast to Earwolf because it turned out Luke was only pretending to like me.
Yeah, it was my mum's plan. She's been watching you with binoculars.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. We know you've all worked long and hard on your audition pieces, and we are pleased to say that we have now been through all the auditions, and we're here with the lucky musical stars who we're inviting for callback auditions for the upcoming Mum Can't Cook musical Chefs de Cuisine. It's a culinary musical, as you know.
Yeah. We're still figuring out all the details, but there are a lot of roles, and you're also talented.
Yeah.
We're really excited for your callbacks. Andy, would you like to introduce our first round of callbacks?
Yeah. So for the role of Baron Snidely, the wicked landlords, we a lot of great auditionees here, but the performers we are calling back for a second callback audition. Adam Steele, we really enjoyed your mustache work. Andrew Noble, Andy Meany, and Angel Beat, beautiful full splits at the end of the audition. That really clinched it for us.
That was fantastic. And for the role of young Snidely,
because of the time travel element,
we'd like to welcome back Ash, BC, Brandon Plesh, Business Corgi, and Courtney Rail. It was an absolutely enchanting vibrato. Thank you.
For the role of Shrek, that's with a C, so it isn't copyright infringing, it's a different character. We really enjoyed the work of E.T., Elizabeth, Ethan Lappin. Very good call, turning up covered in green paint.
Yes.
That really clinched it.
Yes.
Greenfly and Hannah Kirchner.
Yes.
Excellent work from all of you. We would love to see more of your Shrek with a C.
For the role of young Donkey, and that is spelt with a C, we would like to welcome back Hef, Hypermole, Jack Fabian, Jambo number 5, and Jonathan Rager.
Great work from all of you.
Yes.
So a lot of competition for the role of Cyber Lincoln, the robot Abraham Lincoln, who, as we all know, appears partway through Act 3.
Yep.
Jonathan Villa, Julian Rundlet, Cara Dennison, Christoph, and El Cole Mastro. Excellent work from all of you. All of you turned up with the beard, which I thought was
a beautiful,
just excellent work. You blew all the other auditionees away.
Yes.
So good work from all of you. Wish we could cast all of you.
I know. Obviously, as well as being on stage, there are so many vital roles behind the scenes, the unsung heroes of the production, and that's why for the callbacks, for those working the ropes to lift Cyber Lincoln, we loved the upper arm strength demonstrated by Lofty, Lola, Mar H, Matt S, and Michael McCowker.
Excellent work from all of you. For the role of the Mount Rushmore come to life on a pair of legs. So there is actually only one callback here because all of you will be playing the various president and one of you will be playing the legs.
Yeah.
But it is Michael Olsen, Paul Stevens, Philip Stevens, Quinn is teething, and Red. You can decide amongst yourselves which president you would like to be and also who is going to be the legs.
Yes, do decide amongst yourselves, but if it was up to me, Quinn is teething would be the legs. There was just a certain...
yes, excellent leg work.
Brilliant leg work. For the role of Marshmallow Mel, we'd like to welcome back Rai Medema, Rory James, Rue Keeler, Ruby Tuesday, and Sarah Mattocks.
Excellent work from all of you. And finally, I think possibly the star role in this production, closing the whole thing out. You know him, I know him. It's Brungus. We're looking at Shane Entee. We're looking at Tim Craven. Who Needs to Sleep? Will Thomas, and of course Z-Man. The harmonica solo from you, Z-Man, that was just put you over the top there. But then I think there's more we can see from the others. Shane Entee, I really enjoyed your cello work on that final audition. So bring your A game, folks. Those are all coming up Thursday. It's the same time as the big basketball game and the science fair.
Yeah.
So I hope you don't have any other hobbies.
And some of you will be wondering what happened to the role of young Brungus. We have stricken that role from the script for reasons that we don't want to get into now, pending an investigation, but there will be an email about it at some point.
There will be an email going around. Tell your parents to check for that. And also do remind them that they did sign a waiver indemnifying us from any legal action.
Yes, or legal action taken by young Brungus.
Yes, young Brungus. Well, he can try. See you in court, young Brungus.